I'm feeling good. I'm feeling so good. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm feeling good. Hold on. Spurs make me feel another level of love right here, man. Hold on. Hold on.
With every passing moment, thoughts of you run through my head.
This is how I feel about the Spurs, man.
Every time that I'm near you, I realize that heaven's
It's gonna be a good season.
Baby, I think you're truly something special. Just like
Hold on.
my
Light a candle. Hold
dreams
on.
are really made of. Let's stay together, you and me, boy. There's no one like you around. Oh, baby, I really like what you've done to me. I can't really explain it. I am so into you. I really like what you've done to me. I can't really explain it. I'm so into you. Could be the way that you hold me. Could be the things that you say. Oh, I'm
This is a good season, y'all. I'm feeling it.
it.
Y'all feel that love?
But I know I love feeling this way.
We undefeated preseason. We undefeated. Sing along. Come on.
Truly something special. I'm made of you and me, boy. There's no one like you around. Oh, baby, I really like what you've done to me. I can't really explain it. I am so into you. I really like what you done to me. I can't explain it. I'm so into you.
We are so back. We are so back. Hold on. We are so back. We are so back. The Spurs are so back, y'all. Oh my God. Where's D'Angelo? Why didn't I do the D'Angelo? Hold on. You know you can't do the it gotta be a cover, you know. That might get copyrighted, I don't know. Anyone got updates on Fox? We actually do, but hold on. What the heck is this? There is a there's quite a few D'Angelo ones. Oh no. She's using the actual let's see what we got. I'm feeling it. I don't care what you guys say. It's preseason, Clint. You think I care? We're undefeated. When's the last time we were undefeated in preseason? This team is different. And we got two vital players still not back. I'm feeling good. I'll risk it with this one. What's this? Rest in peace, D'Angelo.
Girl, it's only you.
Pacers sure didn't play the first half like it was just preseason. They didn't play the third quarter like it was just preseason. We just like put a whooping on them. Dude, I actually was in let me see if I can find this video. I actually was in choir cuz I did band for 3 years of high school. Well, I did band for a long time, and I was also in orchestra. I played percussion. But my senior year of high school, I said, "Screw it! I'm just gonna do choir," because I didn't like the band director. And I was like, I'm gonna enjoy my senior year, so I did choir, and that was the best decision ever, bro. Best decision ever. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can find that video, because we did a cover. Let's see if I can find Young Clan. How old was I? I had to been like right at. Was I 18 yet? I don't think I was 18 yet. Hold on, I gotta remember my stuff. Oh wait a minute. If it's on here, it's gonna be here. I don't remember my password for this. Sorry, something went wrong. Okay. I almost say forgot password. Oh. Wait a minute. I think I might have been using. Oh, that's an old password. I changed it a year ago, apparently. Huh. How was the stream this time? Watching the game? Well, streamies came in clutch, I'll tell you that much. Waiting for approval. Oh, yes, it's me. Allow. Says access denied. Nah, it's me. It was showing a different state, like I was in a different state, but I was like, oh wait, that's because I got a VPN on. Yes. Trust that device. All right, let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. Okay, I got an image of it. Where the heck is the video? Did hold on, I'll show y'all. This is me. But did Facebook delete the video or what? Your hair. So beautiful. Where is it? I don't want to just show you a like. Yeah, I don't want to just show you a freaking photo. Like, where's the video, my mans? Where's the video? Cover. Me. Interesting. Oh wait, what if I go to someone else's? Let's see. And I go to their photos. Maybe they uploaded it. I can't show you this person because I don't want to put them on blast for no reason. Apparently, I tagged them in a lot of stuff. All right, let's see here. What the heck? Oh, okay. I was like, what is this from? Okay. That's after. All right, let's go to this person's stuff. I don't even know who this is. Dude, I legit think they deleted the freaking video. That's so... Do you guys realize how sad that is? That's a memory, man. I think it's gone. Because I'm pretty sure this was a video before. I don't know. Where to watch games? I watch it on Stream East. Okay, so here's the photo. Can you guys see which one is me? Do you spot me? You're right. That's me right there. That's me right there. Yeah. Very obvious, right? Very obvious. I hate that the video isn't here. Like, this is literally a video, but it looks like they got rid of it and now it's just a screenshot. Because no one just took a picture of this. Yeah, no one just took a picture of this. So I don't know what happened to the freaking video, man. Unless, hold on, let me see. Red hoodie? Yeah, that's me. Well, not that hoodie, but this, yeah, that's me right there. That's me. Oh, well. Oh, well. I mean, what do you do, you know? What do you do? It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but tis what it is, I suppose. It is what it is. All right, let's get out of this. All right, so this game, Jean Jacket. No, that wasn't me. That was someone else. That wasn't me. Jean Jacket wasn't me. Jean Jacket was not me. All right. The heck is this?
Hello there, peoples. I am back on my own. Because Chloe just sat right next to me, but I'm singing Fantasia when I see you. But I'm not singing the whole song, so don't hear. Put your picture on my...
Oh no. The heck? I'm getting recommendations now. Now that we did that cover. Okay, so this game. All right, enough of my yapping. Oops. Enough of my yapping. We got to talk about this game. That's 16 minutes. I purposely did 16 minutes just for that person to be pissed off. You don't talk about the Spurs for 16 minutes, clan. It's been 16 minutes. All right, let me see something. Let's change this. Later. There we go. If you know, you know. Yeah. It's like a kind of an inside joke now. Why is the light? I feel like the light was like really good, and now all of a sudden the light is like dim. Let's go to Spurs, ESPN. Now, people definitely going to downplay this win, which is okay. But I ain't going to downplay it. I got my stuff acting up, y'all. My hand feels weak. What's happening to me? Last game, Keldon looks fine. I don't think Keldon's that different, y'all. I thought that you guys were right last time, maybe last game, but like this game, people were saying the same thing. I was like, Keldon doesn't seem that different to me. You know? He looks good, but doesn't look that different. All right, let's see here. Alrighty. Let's go to here. Alright, let's make sure our stuff is working, alright? Because you guys know we got a sponsor, okay? You know we got a sponsor. Before we get into anything, you know we got a sponsor. Okay, alright. Okay, cool, 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 nice, cool, dope, awesome, cool, dope, awesome, cool, dope. San Antonio Spurs look amazing. They look absolutely amazing. And I want to talk about this game. But before we do, yes, someone said happy birthday, Eminem. Happy birthday to Eminem. He is the GOAT. But before we do talk about this game, really quick, if you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, check out today's sponsor. Well, sponsor of the channel, sponsor of the videos, sponsor of the live streams for this season. That is Sleeper. So as you can see here, the NBA will be coming. Well, actually, hold on. We already have it. We already have it. About time. About time, because the season is starting up. So yeah, so we actually have the NBA section on there. That must have been added literally today. So yeah, so if you guys are interested at all, go over to the NBA section. I actually would do much better with this. So we'll be doing some picks throughout the season. But if you guys are interested, you want to try to make some money, go on down there, go to Sleeper, use promo code CLAN. You'll get 100% match up to $100. And it's some really good stuff over there, man. So go check it out. Go check it out, all right? Go check it out. It's really great. Really good stuff. But yeah, Sleeper. Shout out to Sleeper. So guys, this game. Okay, so here's the thing, all right? There's a lot of people that's going to downplay it. A lot of people going to downplay it. And I understand it, right? It's a preseason game. So they're like, hey, what are you seeing that, you know, that gets you so excited, right? Like the Pacers, for instance, I mean, they don't have their full squad. Neither do we, but I digress. But it's like they don't have their full squad, right? And, you know, the Jazz, I mean, it's a preseason game, Heat preseason game. I didn't get too excited about the China one, obviously. But since then, I thought the Spurs have looked phenomenal. Because the main thing that I've been noticing throughout these games is regardless of any issue or any shortcomings that the Spurs are having, they're still convincingly winning these games. Still convincingly winning them. They're finding a way to win. And the amount of rim pressure is kind of astounding. They are really playing on their strengths here. Whether it be Dylan Harper, whether it be Steph Castle, Wembanyama, Keldon, like everyone can get to the rim and they're putting a lot of pressure on it. And it's making it virtually impossible for a team to defend us, right? You have multitude of different defenders closing in because they're scared of a Wemby lob. And because of that, you're leaving Champagnie wide open. I mean, it's continuous at this point. And we're only going to get better, right? We don't have a full squad. Dylan Harper is still overcoming his injury, which he looked good, but this season, I mean, not this season, this game in particular, he looked a little shaken up, right? So he's still overcoming some things. You don't have Sochan back. He won't be back for a minute. Fox isn't back. He won't be back for a minute, right? So like you have quite a few injuries, I think significant injuries, and yet and still, regardless of how someone on the team or the team as a whole have some type of shortcoming, they're still managing to win these games convincingly, like really convincingly. And like I said, I know it's preseason, but I'm trying to pay attention to the first 3 quarters in particular, and the Spurs are blowing these teams away. And one issue that they had last season is when you go into the 3rd quarter, there's not enough adjustments. The other team just kind of, punch you in the mouth, but the Spurs are the ones doing the punching. And it's just so nice to see. And like I said, I know that it's preseason. I get it. I understand. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to see what is the difference between last San Antonio Spurs and this San Antonio Spurs, and it's just a completely different vibe. No, it's preseason, but they have an attitude like we're supposed to win it. What the heck was that? Oh, thank you, Windows security. But they have an attitude like they're supposed to win it, and it's not just Wemby, it goes all the way down to the 3rd string. So going to this game, they beat the Pacers even worse than they did the first time. And if we take a look at the box office, because I actually didn't take a look at the like I always tell you guys, I only look like at the very end unless something stands out and they mention it during the game. I don't see the stats, but I did feel like overall everyone just plays so well together. And yeah, it actually shows on the stats as well. So now I'm not gonna act like the Pacers have the best team in the world starting, right? But at the end of the day, they are not champions, but they made it to the finals, and they've all played together. They play well together, but they couldn't even scratch the surface. They got like a short lead. I think they went on a little run in like the 2nd quarter or something. Like maybe was it the end of the first? It might have been the end of the first, start of the 2nd or something. They went on a little run, but yeah, since then the Spurs just absolutely demolished them. Like it wasn't even fair. But taking a look here, Julian Champagnie 15. I mean, just look at this distribution, man. This is the Spurs basically hitting on all cylinders. 15 points for Julian Champagnie, 17 points for Vic, 10 points for Devin Vassell, 16 points for Steph Castle, 12 points from Keldon, 15 points from Luke Cornett, 11 points from Potter. But at that point, that's all 4th quarter. But just overall, this is really impressive. This is really impressive. Now I'm gonna ask you guys something. I'm gonna sound like a hater. But let me preface this by saying I don't think it'll matter that much. Okay? So you hear me, right? Before I say this, I don't think that it'll destroy our season or anything like that. Okay? So don't get too upset when I say this. I don't quite understand the hype around Keldon. Like last game, I said, yeah, I definitely understood what you guys were saying, because in that game I thought he genuinely did play fairly well. But before that, people were saying this is a whole different Keldon coming at us. I didn't really understand what people meant by that. Clan the hater. I'm not trying to hate. I'm like I said, I prefaced it by saying I don't think it matters, because Keldon does bring a lot of rim pressure. I said that earlier, right? I say he brings rim pressure, so that's actually good. But when people are saying this is a whole new Keldon, I don't think this is a new Keldon at all. I think this is the same Keldon. I think that we just have a better team. Actually, same with Devin Vassell. I haven't seen any complaints about Devin Vassell. Not really. I mean, maybe a couple, but not really thus far. And there's been a lot of Spurs fans watching because they're really interested. But yeah, I haven't. He's been the same Devin Vassell, but he looks better because the team is just overall better, right? And I feel like it's the same thing with Keldon. But I will say this, just me watching the game, that run that I mentioned that the Pacers went on, a lot of it was bad defense on Keldon's part as well. If I'm just being honest. Oh gosh, I hate to do this. I just now I see something. Usually you don't want to just go off of plus minus, okay? You don't want to just go off of plus minus. But basically everyone on the team is in the positives, and Keldon is the one that's in the negatives. Everyone is plus 22, plus 11, plus 25, plus 14, plus 14, plus 13, plus 17. He's negative 11. All I'm saying is I wouldn't get too excited and start saying like this is the old Keldon. It's like he's always been the same type of player. So I don't really know what you mean there. Now offensively, I will admit that Keldon has taken slightly a back seat, which is nice, right? As far as like trying to find open teammates, he's done it a little bit, but just overall like type of player. I mean, he's still going to be somebody that I'm not convinced that, you know, should get significant amount of minutes throughout a game, right? I'm hoping that he's more so just comes off the bench, give you some few minutes, like one of those players where you come in, are you hot? Do you have it going? If not, you're going to be a little bit of a liability, and we take you out. Because at the end of the day, I say all that to say this: the San Antonio Spurs identity right now is defense. This season, their identity is going to be defense. Okay, we're not going to be the prettiest offensive team in the world. Now, at times we're going to get it going, like today, where everyone's distributing, everybody looked good, everybody got their piece of the cake. Like, yeah, these games are great, but most games that the Spurs are going to play, I think is going to be really live or die by our defense, right? Defense and rim pressure. Those are going to be the two main factors. And Keldon Johnson definitely brings rim pressure. But if he's not going, if teams can close him out, there's no reason to keep him in the game. And that's actually not the same for basically the rest of this roster. Wrong? How am I wrong in saying that? If Keldon Johnson can get to the rim, then what usage? How am I wrong in saying that? That's not wrong. Steph Castle, if he gets it going, that's good. If he doesn't, you can still keep him in the game from defense alone, right? But it's just not the same. It's just not the same with Keldon. How is that wrong? Very wrong. How is that wrong? Can someone explain? Not even, bro. You guys are just trolling. You're just trolling at this point. You're just trolling at this point. Oh, maybe you meant when I said there's not the case for anyone else. Harrison Barnes. If Harrison Barnes like 3-point shooting isn't dropping, you can make a case for him not, you know, being super useful out there. But he is respected as his outside shot, so they can't just leave him open. So there is that. But if it's not dropping, then maybe you can make a case for Harrison Barnes. He's not a great defender or anything like that. Very mid, like average defender. But yeah, Keldon's a genuinely bad defender. Like really bad defender. All I'm saying is I don't know. I didn't mean to be that negative, but I just don't see. I don't see it. But I do think that he plays like when he's going, he's good. But I feel like a game like this, as good as we are defensively, there's no reason he should have been so far in the negatives during this game. I wasn't even aware of the plus minus. It was just something that I noticed like while watching, you know? Like it shouldn't be that bad, especially when we're this good defensively. But hey, the addition of Fox is a good defender. People say like, you know, he's okay defender. No, he's a good defender. So the addition of Fox, the addition of Sochan when he's back, maybe even more players that can come in and kind of, you know, cover that up a little bit, you know? So we don't have a full squad right now. So there's that. But when Keldon's on, he's really good. But when he's not, still the same. I just don't really know what people are saying. I'm not saying you're wrong about KJ's defense, but when you have a team with multiple defensive players, it's good to have a guy that's 80% offense. What does that even mean? You mean it's good to have a guy that's good in transition? Is that what you mean? Because 80% off, I don't even know what that means. Like mostly good at offense? I mean, I would say Victor Wembanyama is like 100%. Like, I mean, I would say Steph Castle is a good offensive player. Devin Vassell is a very good offensive player. Obviously, Julius Champagnie is a really... I don't even know what that means. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't even know what that means. I don't know. Olynyk. I don't know how much of Olynyk we'll even see this year. Yeah, I don't really know what you mean. Says, yeah, but a player says 80% offense has no use on the court when they aren't scoring, which was Clan's point. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he's on, we're good. And I think a lot of these games, the Spurs have convincingly been winning, and Keldon looked good. But this is a game in particular that there was no reason for him to be in the negatives. Like, no reason whatsoever. Because the only other player that was in the negatives was Dylan Harper at -5. But as you guys know, if you were watching, like, you know, he came in with the third stringers, basically. And also, he just wasn't, like, I don't know. He looked a little, like, injured a little bit. But yeah. And I'll admit that Keldon Johnson was out there with, like, second stringers. And then, you know, in the fourth quarter, they had him in there for a while with the third stringers and whatnot. I mean, I'll give him that. But, I mean, when they went on that run, I mean, that was the big part of that was Keldon's defense. But it's okay. We'll be all right. I didn't mean to make this all about Keldon. I'm sorry. He has been good. It's just that I've been having a lot of people send me messages saying you really need to talk about how great he's been. And I'm like, I don't really. We'll see. He's fine. He's fine. I'm happy for this team, and I think he can bring a lot of rim pressure when needed. If it's going to be times where he doesn't play as well, and that's okay. But that's the beauty of having a team with so much depth, right? It doesn't matter that much. Right, but now it's balanced, and KJ's offense is more useful, and he's prime KJ. He's not only an NBA vet, but a Spurs vet. He knows the system. I'm sorry. I've been watching this team. I know it's just a few games. I mean, I guess we had last season too. But Keldon Johnson knows the system more than Devin, Castle, Barnes, Champagny, Wemby. I don't see it. Sochan, Fox. I mean, yeah. You don't have to play Keldon if he's not playing well. But in this game, it's fine. It's fine. He was also 50%, so that's good. He was 50%. That's good. I mean, it isn't great, but it's all right. 3 of which were threes, so he missed those, and that's okay. Our whole team. I don't know if it should be a point of concern, because overall, our percentage was good from 3. But I don't know. I'm hoping that Devin Vassell can really pick it up a little bit. I don't know. Oh, man. It's always like that. Okay, just let the hate flow through you. Okay, all right. It's always like that, man. It's always like that. I don't hate KJ. Let's see. He's an 84 rated player, guys. 2K. Not that important anymore. What he gives is energy and a presence. When you don't know he's there. When you don't know he's there when it's bad. When you don't know he's there when it's bad. If you don't, I don't know where. I think since our team is way better, he has less responsibility, is more effective now, at least offensively. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. He'll be fine. I'm just saying this was a game in particular that I noticed it. It stood out. If we're not great offensively, it's not really a point. But I think the Spurs know that. And by the way, Carter Bryant's going to need... I think he's going to need quite a bit of work offensively. I don't think that we'll... I know a lot of people are super excited to see a lot of Carter Bryant. I don't know how much Carter Bryant we're going to see. Because defensively, he's fine. He got quite a few fouls in this game. But defensively, he's fine. Offensively is where I'm like... He is definitely going to need a little work. He's not like Dylan Harper, where I feel like he's day one ready, even though Dylan offensively had kind of a weird game today. You still think Keldon Johnson is not a fit? I wouldn't I'm gonna wait to judge it, you know. But I felt like that for a very long time. But I'm gonna wait to judge it. It's one of those things where the team is so talented. I feel this might be mean to say, but I feel like you can go with or without. Certain players you can go with or without, and he might be one of those where you can go with or without. When he's a positive, he's a really big positive, but when he's a negative, he's a substantial negative, you know. So I don't really know, but we got so much talent to, like I said, I don't think it matters that much. You can go back and you look at some of the greatest Spurs teams ever, right? And there's just certain players on the roster where, you know, when they're on, you can keep them in, and when they're not, it doesn't really matter. You can sit them, and we can still win the game. But yeah. Keldon over for sale? No. However, I have been thinking about this a lot. I guess this is just more of an open discussion at this point, right? People are going to be really upset from this segment. It's kind of an open discussion. Devin Vassell, I'm starting to as good as he was today, because I thought he was good. I thought he was like genuinely good. But as good as he was today, I'm not opposed to him not starting, right? Like, I'm not opposed to him just not starting. But then the question is, who would you start ahead of him? With Dylan Harper being like banged up, and especially in this game when he really got banged up, my hopes for him starting day one is probably like a wash. That's probably not going to happen. But Devin Vassell, I don't think he has to start. But then I'm just like, I don't know who I would start ahead of him, honestly, right now. Harper over for sale. I would like that, but I don't know. Julian's going to start. I would say Julian starts. I mean, look at the roster, though. That's my point. Like, Julian starts, but if you take Devin Vassell out, who do you put in, right? Dylan Harper probably won't start day one because he's getting knocked around everywhere. Fox isn't back, you know. Sochan isn't back. I'm starting to really think about Fox, Champagny, or Fox, Steph, Champagny, Sochan, Wemby. I think that would be pretty nice. But then I kind of want to start Harrison Barnes. But Champagny, I feel like needs to start. Like, he's such a valuable 3-and-D. Like, I think he needs to start. He's basically automatic. Fine defender, really good three-point shooter. Like, he's going to be one of the better three-point shooters in the NBA, I think, this season. Role-playing three-point shooters. And it's not because, he's like a Steph Curry, but it's because they can create so much space. Victor Wembanyama is such a threat. Fox is so fast. Steph Castle put pressure on the rim. Everyone just puts pressure on the rim. He's going to get a lot of nice looks. And if they don't, if they don't leave him open, then it makes it even easier for us to get to the rim. Fox, Julian, Barnes for the 1 through 3. I ain't mad at that. Yeah, I think that makes sense to do that. I think that's fine. We're stacked, bro. Yeah, we really are. You can literally like mix and match so many different lineups out there. I don't know. Julian has to start though. I don't really see a situation now at this point where you just don't start Julian Champagny. But day one, this is what I'm expecting. Actually, it's not even a hot take. They're going to go with this day one. I'll be very shocked if they don't. Why else would they start off the final preseason game with this lineup and not roll with it? They're going to go with this lineup. It'll be Steph, Devin, Champagny, Harrison, Vic. But, a few weeks down the line, I think we might be beneficial with Devin not being the starting lineup, just with his playing style. It was a lot of him creating his own shots. But then again, if you have Fox, maybe you get even better looks. I don't know. It's a lot of possibilities. That's the cool thing about this season, man, because I feel like anybody, even in the chat, can give your opinion, and it's not going to be a bad opinion. You know what I mean? I mean, unless you say, like, Cornette should start at point guard or something, then, you know, but no one's going to do that. Fasel looked like a liability out there today. Hard to watch. He didn't look like a liability. I wouldn't say he looked like a liability. I mean, he played very well. I would say that Devin just looks better when he can just kind of have the offense to do, you know, what he need. Some of his passes were a little weird. I know he had 4 assists, but they seemed a little off. It seemed like he missed a few reads. He had some pretty easy lobs he could have gave up. I think to Cornette in particular, and he just missed it. But that's okay. I just think Devin would be better off the bench. Like a 6-man role. I think that'd be better. He's hard to guard. He's definitely hard to guard. But I wouldn't say he was a liability. Fasel looked great this game. Best game of preseason for him. Yeah, he did. He looked good. Yeah, I wouldn't say liability. Liability, I don't know where that really came from. I wouldn't say he was a liability. I thought he played well. Did Clan just say Harper played bad because he was hurt? Is that what I said? I said he got banged up this game. That's what I said. First off, I don't think Dylan Harper played bad. Did I say that? I didn't think he played bad. I didn't mean to say that. He didn't play bad. He had a -5 in this game, which is not, you know, not great, but I didn't think he played bad. But he did get banged up. I mean, it just is what it is. 3 for 10 is not great. But I did like his looks. Just a weird game for him, I think. But I like the looks he was getting. He had one play in which he cut the defenders, and it was so sick. I don't even remember if he finished that. Did he finish that play? Chat, did he finish that play? It was a play where he glanced over at Keldon, pretended as if he was going to hand it off, cut the defenders, and it was just fast. I was like, oh my God. Oh my goodness. Clan, when I squint my eyes, you look like Hallie. Hallie's cool. I'll take it as a compliment. A lineup of Fox, Champagny, Barnes, Sochan, Wemby is interesting. It's a good lineup. It's a very good lineup. In a perfect world, Carter Bryant would take that Barnes spot, but he is nowhere near ready, I don't think. Harper's quickness for his size is awesome. Yeah. You think starting Keldon as point guard to make good reads with Cornette as the 2 for spacing is a good idea? Yeah, that's actually brilliant. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Let's see. Someone said, for the Mavs game, I think the 9-man rotation is Castle, Fasel, Barnes, Champagny, Wemby, Harper, KJ, Olynyk, Cornette. For the Mavs game, I don't think we see Olynyk. But, you know, talk about that in a minute, I guess. Anyways, those are my thoughts on the game. I thought the team looked very good. I'm so sorry I ragged on Keldon. I'm just trying to tamper people's expectations here, okay? Because I feel as if this kind of happens. It's like the opposite of our situation, but it's happening again. Like when the Spurs were really bad and Keldon had that really like good season statistically as far as points per game, people were like, oh my God, top tier is going to be a star, right? But it was like, we're convincingly losing these games. This isn't great basketball. And it's because he has full reign to do whatever, he wants. And Keldon is a bully, and he'll bully you. And then once you get to the third or fourth quarter, teams kind of hone in on it, and then it's non-effective anymore. And I feel like with this one, it's like the opposite effect, where everyone is playing exceptionally well. We look so much better defensively that is kind of hiding some of the flaws, especially defensively, where I bet you most people I wasn't aware, so I'm not going to sit here and say I knew the whole time, but like most people were not aware of how bad he was defensively this game, I don't know. Oh, man. Last comment, because I think this is funny. You are a Harper Glazer, bruh. Harper was out there playing like Bronny. He is not better than Castle. By the way, I love Harper, but y'all got to stop disrespecting Castle. Do I disrespect Castle? How's your cat? She's asleep right now. I gave her treats, and now she's asleep down there. I don't disrespect Castle, I don't think. I love Castle. I do think Harper's more talented. Yeah, I think he's more talented than Castle. Easily. Castle is great. Castle was really good today. Castle was really good today. In all facets, I thought Castle was good today. But as far as vision, as far as savviness, as far as scoring, yeah, I think Harper is just much more talented. But we haven't gotten to see. I mean, I don't have to. I don't have to. I've seen enough of him through college and even up to now. But we just haven't. You'll see it. You'll see it. Just give him some time. He's really hurt. Yeah, he's just really not hurt. He's not super hurt, but he got banged up today. So I don't know. It was just a weird game. This was also the first game that they took the tape off of his thumb. So I'm sure that was kind of in the back of his head too a little bit. But yeah, I think he's significantly more talented. Most talented player we've had since Wemby. But yeah, I mean, I would say Dylan Harper is. I'm not going to take anything away from Fox. I'm just going to go ahead and say Dylan Harper is the third most talented player on this team, behind Wemby and Fox. But if you want to say Castle after that, I'm not mad at you. That's cool. And you guys know, like, you talking about Glazer, like you're a Harper Glazer. Like, I'm considered the Sochan Glaze person, right? Like, and I'm not even going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, Sochan's better than freaking, some of these players. The jump ball scrum with Harper made me really nervous. It was a lot of plays in there. It was about 3 or 4 plays that made me nervous with him. But I know what you're talking about. When he like died for it, that was weird. It was a constant like, get him out this game, please. He seemed all right afterward. Oh, he was fine. But I think he was nervous. But kudos to him for still fighting, Clan's favorite player is Sochan. I think actually my favorite player is Wemby, but that's too easy. So I guess if we go in second, maybe it's Sochan. Maybe Dylan. I feel like a lot of the Sochan stuff is more like people saying how trash he is and me bringing up stats on why he's not. Anyways, and in this segment, Caps. Is Caps in here? Oh, Caps isn't here. Sochan is injury prone. Speaking of injuries, I'm glad you brought up injuries because that was something I wanted to talk about. Hold on, let me see if this does. Let me try something. I want to see if this works. If I do this. if I click over here, I do this. All right, and then I'm still clicked over here, and I do this. Oh, okay. So I need to just not be clicked onto. Okay. Cool. Sorry, guys. I was trying to. Because every time I click one of these, because I have it, it bind it to one of the buttons on my keyboard, and it goes to a completely different screen that I don't want it to go to sometimes. But it's only because I'm clicked on here. So if I click away from it and I use the key binding, I won't go to that page that keeps popping up. All right. We talked about the game. We talked about how awesome it was. We talked about how excited I am for the season. We talked about how I didn't think that this was just any preseason that the Spurs have had in the past. This was one in which we saw flaws from game to game. We saw different situations that they found themselves in, and still they managed to win convincingly and make it basically not even close, at least with the Pacers. It's not even close. Whole nother level, at least in the first 3 quarters. That's all I really care about. Fourth quarter, they kept the lead, did their thing, did well. But I really cared about the first 3 quarters where the teams are genuinely battling it out, getting ready for the season. With that being said, I want to talk about the injuries because I think quite a few people are worried, and we actually have a tweet here that talks about what's going on injury-wise. Before we do that, just big shout out to Sleeper as always. If you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, please head on over to Sleeper. They do have the NBA stuff up. Now. So if you guys want to go over there, maybe you just have some fun, or you can make a little bit of money, please head on over to Sleeper and use the promo code CLAN, and you'll receive 100% match up to $100. So you just go on there, super simple. You just say, hey, Luka Doncic, this game, what do I expect? Did they put a little chef hat on Steph Curry? Look at that. Just for that, I'm gonna say more than 26 points. But if this is something you guys are interested in, please do so. Make your picks, add them in, make yourself some dough, okay? Some good dollar. All right, so here we go. So this was actually posted before the game, okay? But it had a little bit of information here. So first and foremost, if you guys don't know, Jeremy Sochan sprained his left wrist in practice and was expecting to miss opening night. Now, the funny thing about it is I'm pretty sure he was set to miss opening night anyways. So I don't think that this is like a crazy thing going on, right? I was trying to take a look at Sochan. I didn't see anything like wrapped around his wrist. I don't know if you guys saw it. It's very hard to tell. You know, it's not like they talked about it at all watching the game. But he did sprain his wrist. He returned to a 5-on-5 scrimmage yesterday, and then that's when he suffered the injury there. But he will enter the season day to day. But he added on here that it looks as if maybe he'll be back in the lineup about the same time as Fox. So more than likely they'll be like a game or two next to each other. But right here, you can see these are some of the injuries, and this is what we can kind of expect going into the season. I have no idea with the Kelly Olynyk stuff. I'm just going to assume, knowing the San Antonio Spurs, that we won't see him day one. And I know that this is just one game, but this is a pretty big game, right? You're going against a Mavs team, which I don't think they're like the best team in the world, but I do think it's going to be a lot of people watching. The Spurs are going to want to get this game. And yeah, they want to send a message starting off the season. You just went undefeated in the preseason, and now you want to, really take it in the regular season. By the way, I do want to say this. I didn't bring this up when we were talking about that last game, but Wemby looked good. I mean, as far as conditioning wise, right? A few times, like he looked a little tired, but it wasn't as bad as last season. You can tell that he's healthier, where he's not just like struggling getting down the court. Now it's just preseason, but so far I thought he's looked fine. Like his conditioning looks just fine. Okay. He also had a dream shake, and this is random. He also had a dream shake in there that was absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. Thank you, Hakeem. But yeah, Jeremy Sochan left wrist, De'Aaron Fox hamstring, which we even had Fox on record saying it's not that big a deal. He's going to be okay. Kelly Olynyk returned from heel surgery, okay? And then Adam Flagger. Wait, it was Kelly Olynyk available in this game? Did I miss him? I don't think Kelly Olynyk played. I didn't see Kelly Olynyk play. Okay. Yeah, he's just saying he was out. Okay. Yeah, out for Spurs. Okay. I'm tripping. McLaughlin is a maybe for Friday. Okay. But we know what happened there. Just Fox and Sochan are expected to miss opening night Wednesday in Dallas and will be targeting a return sometime around the end of this month. So both of those guys, we won't be seeing them for at least a few games. So let's take a look at the Spurs season. And by the way, I don't think we need those two to win early in the season. I mean, just to be honest, I think we'll be totally fine without them right now. So what will probably be a good... All right, so we know the Spurs, right? We know the Spurs. They're saying they won't be back until the end of this month. So I'm going to go ahead and predict what I think is going to happen here. Yeah, won't be back this game. Probably won't be back this game. And then you have a double header. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. But both of which are in San Antonio, so that's good. But maybe they'll have them play during the Raptors game, and then you'll have 3 games. Well, 8, 9, 30, yeah. You have a few games off, and then you can go into this one. Or they'll just have them playing this one, and then you have a pretty nice break between you going to the next one. But this back-to-back, we won't see them. So more than likely, we won't see them until probably the 30th. That's what I'm assuming. You probably won't see them until the 30th. But we'll see. Fox, if anybody's back quicker, I think Fox will be back quicker. The fact that Sochan suffered, another injury, I don't think that they'll rush him back. But Fox, he's gonna be fine. I start Sochan too. He's our best point of attack defender on the team. He and the guy you want on the other team's best perimeter player. Yeah. I mean, it'll be the same. There's no difference between last season to this season as far as who's going to be guarding the opposing team's best player. It's going to be Sochan. There's no reason to think otherwise. He's so versatile in that regard that he's going to be guarded up against the best player on the opposing team. Eventually I think Carter Bryant could get there, but Carter Bryant just offensively he ain't there, so they're not going to. I think he'll get some playing time, but I don't think he's going to be in there. Availability is the best ability. I mean, availability is base. That's the lowest of bars you could possibly have. Lonnie Walker's available. so it doesn't... Yeah. But he'll be all right. Yeah, facts. Our focus in defense this year, and he's obviously our second best defender. His shooting may come into question, but he looks actually pretty decent. It's just shoot-arounds, but he looks actually pretty decent. Oh, no. I see Super Chat, and I'm like, oh, thanks for the Super. And I see it's Caps. Oh, no. Okay, what does it say? I don't want to read it. Oh, no. It's going to say something stupid. Okay. I love you, Caps, but oh, my God. Here we go. Clan, get one. Wait. Clan, get one. Sochan is always hurt and is not reliable. Too boring. A homer. The guy, it's not good. I'll give him $10 million to towel wave for 5 years. That's it. Take it or leave it. Bro, jumping on here and You went to work. You worked your butt off. Okay? I know jobs suck out there. Whatever job it is, it doesn't matter what job you got at this point in this economy. It sucks. You came back home from a long day's work. You jumped on here to the YouTube channel and you sent me some of that money you made just to hate on Sochan. That's crazy work, Caps. That is crazy work. You went out of your way. I'm sorry. No, you don't have to say sorry. It's okay. It's okay. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. I make a lot of money. Well, drop it then. That's if I have to interact with you on why Sochan is so bad, then I should get paid to do so. Good God. He paid. Read it. I have to read it. That's the rule of the channel. If people super chat, I have to read it. Unless it's like actually like insulting, which I don't think that's insulting. That's just him hating on Sochan until he love him. He gonna love him. You just gotta give him some time. Super chat. Yeah, super chat for every message. You can't message me, Caps. I'm not interacting with you. I'll interact with everyone else, but I'm not interacting with you unless you super chat. That's the rule for Caps. So I don't even see you until there's a super chat. Oh, man. All right. Anyways, so as far as injuries, that's what it's looking like. More than likely, this will be the starting lineup day one. I mean, I'm going to make that assumption. I don't really see any way around doing it this way, right? Now, I'm hoping that once Fox returns, maybe you can move Devin Vassell out of that starting lineup. But, yeah. What I'm starting to be convinced of is Julian Champagnie has to start. Like, he is just too valuable as a 3-and-D. So maybe, like, when it comes down to it, we'll see something like Fox, Champagnie, Barnes, Sochan, Wemby, or something like that. But we'll see. And good for us that we have a really great... Okay, great might be too. I'm not going to give him great. I'm not going to give him great. But I think he's really good right now. We'll see if he's great. But we got a really good coach in making sure that we define everyone's roles, and it's very obvious that everyone understands their roles. And, you know, some of us might want to be like, oh, you know, Popovich, he didn't do it right. But I think the fact of the matter is, this is the first year that the Spurs genuinely have a lot of talent where you can define roles clearly. And Popovich didn't really have that, right? Like, didn't really have it. Guys, it's during a rebuild. So you don't really have, like, definitive roles for everybody. You didn't know how to really use Wemby yet. You know, some guys you kind of knew exactly what you should be, but then we're still, you know, experimenting because we don't know. Maybe you could be a little bit more, right? Like Sochan in particular, like he's been moving all over the place. Don't have a backup center, so you have to fit him in to being a backup center. You know, like it's just a lot of nonsense that we had to do. But this is the first time where we can genuinely say, okay, this is your role, this is your role, this is your role, this is what you're going to be doing this season. And it makes sense because we have the talent available and we have the depth and players available. But yeah, would you run Fox? What do you mean in this? Oh, God. Okay, please tell me how Sochan adds to this team. Well, there's two things that the San Antonio Spurs are really good at this year. There's two things in particular, two main bread and butter that they're going to be doing all season long. And those two things that they're great at, Sochan fits in perfectly well. Number one, rim pressure. Sochan is one of the most efficient rim pressure scoring players, just in general, scoring players. That was a weird way of putting that. Scorers on the team that we have as far as his percentage around the rim. I mean, it's very good. Even around that, we looked at the stats on this. We looked at the percentile. Like, he's pretty doggone good. He's one of the best pick and roll finishers, right? So kind of staying in that realm. him being a really great pick and roll player plays dividends for someone like Fox and someone like Harper, who's really great around screens. Okay, really good around screens. So that really helps. And number 2, defense. That's our butter. That was our that was our bread, and this is our butter. Defense. Like he is undoubtedly the second best defender on this team, statistic wise. What he brings, versatility, what you could do with him. Undoubtedly, he is the second best defender on the team. So that's what you're looking at. So you're looking at someone who can give you rim pressure, and you're looking at someone who can, well, I guess it's 3 things: rim pressure, phenomenal screen pick and roll player, and also phenomenal defender. Those are 3 things that he brings that's very important, and yeah, that's how he makes the team better. Just like I've said before, Sochan is one of those players that he's like an amplifier. Okay, that's the perfect way of putting Sochan. He's an amplifier. He amplifies your strengths. Sochan alone, yeah, it's not going to be that impressive, right? Like if we have to rely on Sochan, it's not that impressive. But when you put the right pieces together, and then you have him in a role where he can just do that role of being a power forward, defender, pick and roll guy, a cutter, he is really good. And then if you add the fact that maybe he has a pretty decent catch and shoot shot now, I mean, he's been getting better, but if he has a decent one, yeah, he's very valuable. He amplifies everyone's strengths, and he's also a pretty good connector as well, right? So he just amplifies everything. He's just one of those players where you could basically fit him in on any team, and he can make that team better because his strengths are pretty universal for any team. So, sorry, Caps. I can't read your message. I can't see it because it's not a super chat. Thanks for the super chat, Jonesy. He says, Clan versus Caps rap battle, must see moment. I would destroy him, okay? I would be Kendrick Lamar and he would be Drake, okay? I would be Nas and he would be Jay-Z. I would be Eminem and he would be MGK. I would be Eminem and he would be Mariah Carey. I would be Eminem and he would be Ja Rule, okay? That's what he would be to me. I would squash him. Wouldn't even be close. You're thinking, oh, is it a Tupac and Biggie moment? No. It's an Eminem and Limp Bizkit moment, okay? You don't know my freestyle skills? Well, I guess I don't. Put your hands up and follow me. Put your hands up. Look. As he stand tough, notice that Caps did not have his hands up. Okay, another super chat. Thank you, Brandon. He says, he's a better... Wait, here's a better super chat. Okay. Sochan's the best point of attack defender on the team. He's also a very good, quick decision maker on offense. Yes, that is true. And he scores well at the rim. He's very good for the Spurs. Yeah, he fits right in. He amplifies everything that you said. Just amplifies it. He doesn't make the team worse in any way. And you can't say that for like. He's one of those players. That's the good thing about guys like him. He's one of those players where defense is always going to be a pillar. Like he's always going to be good at defense. I haven't seen one game in which Castle was not Castle. I'm sorry. Well, Castle too. But I haven't seen one game in which Sochan was not good defensively. Good to elite. Like not one game. Okay, I've seen games where he might not have scored as well, right? But as far as his decision making, like you mentioned, is always good, and his defense is always good to elite. A guy like that who's just not a liability is very important. And you can't say that for everyone on the team. You can't say that for all the other role players on the team, right? If we go to Harrison Barnes, right? If Harrison Barnes isn't scoring offensively, yes, in an abstract way, he creates, opportunities just from guys not being able to just leave him open. But apart from that, if he's not playing well offensively, it's kind of a wash, right? Like he's just mid, if not just bad out there. Devin Vassell, same thing. Like Devin Vassell's a pretty decent defensively, But if his offense isn't scoring and he's not like a legitimate threat, kind of the same thing, right? But I will say Devin Vassell's a good passer and decent defender, so it doesn't show up as tough for him. Let's see, who's another one? I would say maybe Carter Bryant right now, right? But we won't see a ton of him yet. But his offense is not that great, so he could be somewhat of a liability offensively, but he's good defensively. Keldon Johnson, like I said, good offensively, really good offensively, but when he's not, it's a wash. You know, there's nothing you can do with it. But someone like Sochan, it's really not. He's going to always be phenomenal defensively. He's always going to be a smart player offensively. It's just not really things I can point at and be like, oh, you know, Sochan needs to not be in the game, you know? All right, so I guess for this segment, last super chat I'll take a look at, just for this segment, and, you know, we'll do other segments. I prefer the starting lineup. Oh, and this is Bevan, by the way. Thanks, Bevan. Bevan said, are you from Australia? Is that what that A means? Are you from Australia? I prefer the starting lineup of Fox, Castle, Champagny, Sochan, Wemby. Have Barnes come off the bench to spread the floor with Cornette. Fox, Castle, Champagny, Sochan, Wemby. I'm okay with that. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm cool with it. That's not bad. Brandon agrees with you, I think. He said not a bad idea. Oh, wait, no, he disagrees maybe. Not a bad idea, but the spacing with the lineup might be tricky. I think I'd rather alternate Sochan and Castle. Alternate Sochan and Castle? Oh, okay, I get what he's saying. I don't know how good. Let me look at Castle real quick. Castle hasn't been taking a lot of threes, has he? Like outside shots? Like I said, that's not one of our bread and butters, but let's see. Let's go to game log. This is last season. Oops. Because I'm holding hands. I didn't realize Castle just came back that last game. I think it's too early to judge on if Castle improved his three-point shooting or not. I mean, first game he went 2 for 4. You know, had his 50%. This game in particular, while he went 1 for 4, that 1-3 he had was really impressive because the time was running up off the clock, and he took like a step back 3 that was very difficult, contested, and knocked it down like it was nothing. So, I don't know. I don't think we've seen enough to really like hit on him. You know what I mean? So the spacing might be totally fine. Same with Sochan. Same with Sochan, because he's been nonstop working at it. So. Clan, can you ban caps but rather bang raps? I'm not gonna ban caps just for saying Sochan's bad. I can't. That's a ridiculous reason to ban somebody. I would never ban him for that. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly. So his shot was broken when he first came in. His shot is much better now. It's ridiculous. It's a massive improvement. I was never expecting him to be a three-point shooter. I thought this would always be immense liability, but it's not really, at least from what we've seen and him just getting better each year, is not really something I'm as worried about. I think this past season they just wanted him to focus on a few other things, and especially him having to like be backup center and all that nonsense. He just didn't take a lot of three-point attempts. They dumbed down his role. He took way more three-point shots last season and then had the same percentage. So we really don't know where he's at, but we know that it's improved since college, like tenfold, like way better. He was so bad in college. Anyways, moving on. Moving on up. What else we got here? Guys, I've been playing a lot of... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Sorry. I've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals. And, I mean, I say that like I haven't been... Like, I'm constantly playing. And I've been trying to get good at Daredevil. Look at this. Look how sick this is. So I'm going around the corner, right? I don't know why I didn't see the Psylocke. It's because I'm blind, because I'm Daredevil. So I noticed the other Daredevil puts that, what is that thing called? Sonic Pursuit on me, so he knows where I'm at. And they're both about to come at me. Look at this. Look how sick this is. I was waiting for him. Come on, let's go. Ridiculous. 2-on-1. Nasty. Destroyed them like they were nothing. They were nothing to me. They were nothing to me. Easy. Love how many players were in double digits. Yeah, it was like ridiculous. We had like, I felt like we had like 9 players in double digits. Sick. Sick. All right, I'm trying to see if there was anything else. I mean, there's other stuff to talk about. I was just trying to see what I had saved. Oh, I forgot about this, but this isn't like newsworthy. Come on, Caps. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. All right, he says, Clan, if Sochan doesn't play 65 games or gets traded this year, make me a mod. Deal? What do I get out of this? Deals don't work like that. What? Deals don't work like that. What do I get out of it? You will be a terrible movie writer. People just do things because of plot. They don't have any motivation. They don't have any driving forces, outside sources to force them to do what they have to do. Like, you just throwing it out there. Look, if he gets traded, make me mod. What do I get out of that? What do I get out of it? I see what you get out of it. So it's like, okay, if he gets traded, if I become mod. If he doesn't, everything stays the same. Can't even back his guy. He's not getting traded. What was that? What is that? I saw it in the camera. What is it? Lint? Clan knows Sochan will not play 65 games. It's not that I don't know that. How many? I don't even know how many games Sochan. Let me see. And why are you talking like that? Like, we don't do this with Wemby. And Wemby only played half the season last season. Let's see. I don't even know. Because wasn't his first season he played. Let me see. Or was it his second season he played over 60? Here we go. Yeah, second season he played 73. Oh wait, that started 74. So I guess I got a 50-50 chance here. I don't know. I ain't worried about it. It's not that big a deal. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know. Here, if I do Wembanyama. What did Wemby do? I can see us holding hands. Toes in sand. See you side by side. Yeah, so Wemby did 71 and then 46. So, I don't know, man. Does it matter? Girl, you amaze me. Sohan's ball IQ will keep him from getting traded. Sochan. Okay, guys. Here's the thing. The San Antonio Spurs didn't even move Keldon for Fox. Keep that in mind. The Spurs were hesitant to move Keldon Johnson for De'Aaron Fox. I'm sorry, as much as we love Keldon, especially you guys really love Keldon. As much as you love Keldon Johnson, I don't think anyone would bat an eye if the Spurs traded Keldon Johnson for De'Aaron Fox. I don't think anybody would have been. We would have mourned a little bit, but like for the most part, people would not have cared as much. They wouldn't do it for Fox. So if Keldon Johnson is I think it really helped with the Luka Doncic trade that had just happened before that. But if the Spurs are willing to hold off and risk losing Fox, you're Keldon Johnson, what do you think that they will give up? Or what would they have to get in order to trade away Sochan? Because we know for a fact that a lot of teams have called about Sochan for his availability. So the Spurs would have to get a pretty decent haul. Not like a superstar type haul, but knowing how we finesse, they would get a pretty good deal. But we've always been a team hesitant to just trade players away. So Sochan is very valuable, and they recognize how valuable he is. And you can look at recent championship teams and see that most of these teams has one archetype at least that's like Sochan. So they're not just gonna throw it away. It's very important. 65 games mod. You should send me another super chat. 65 games mod, 66 games banned. Deal. I don't want to ban you. I don't want to ban you. I don't get anything out of this. I don't want to ban you. That's the funny thing. Like you think that that's a deal for me? Oh yeah, I get to ban you. I don't want to ban you. Okay, I know that you're risking something, but I don't want to ban you. Sometimes I enjoy the back and forth. I kind of want you here for when you look dumb. Like I want you here when you look dumb. I want you in this chat with your head down, with your cap on your chest, saying, I'm sorry, clan sir. I'm sorry, chat. I wasn't aware of his game. That's what I want. No, don't think I want you gone. I don't want you gone. I want you here. Accept the deal. Why would I accept that? I don't want. No. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, now we're talking. All right, how about this, Caps? How about this? 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 He's 65. That's so tough, man, because he's already going to miss a few. We already know he's going to miss a few. Are you willing to lower it to 60? By any chance, are you willing to lower it to 60? Back your boy? Well, I mean, he's already going to miss quite a few games at the beginning of the season. Like, I'm already like, now it's like to the point where he can only miss like 10 games. And that's like tough. So can we lower it? Let's lower it to 60. Let's lower it to 60. I can make a deal with you. Let's lower it to 60. Okay? Since you want to risk this so bad, I can lower it to 63. That's it. Give me 61. Give me 61. Give me 61, my boy. $62. All right. How about this? This is the deal. Okay. If he plays less than 62 games, you get a mod. If he plays more than 62 or more, $50 super chat. Somebody said 100. $50 super chat. There you go. That's you risking something. That's how you write a script. That's how you write a movie right there. Sochan can be the version of Draymond for our run. Yeah, of course. That's a good deal. It's a phenomenal deal for me. But hey, you get mod. Don't abuse your powers though. If you become mod, don't abuse your powers. If he doesn't pay, he's banned. Now we're dropping him. Deal? Okay, deal. All right. Cool. All righty. We got a deal. Gets banned if you. I'll ban. How about this? If he doesn't do it, I won't ban him. But like, you can put people on timeout. We'll put you on timeout for like a week or something. I don't know, something like that. I think that's a good deal. All right, we got it. I can't believe you tried to say, look, Clan, you get to ban me if he does. I don't want to ban you. I don't get anything out of that. Somebody sent me this. Please check these analyses made by a French scout. It's really, really interesting. I feel like this is going to have copyrighted content in it, but...
Hi, everyone.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it's going to have copyrighted content in it. Maybe I'll get to it later. Oh, auto-dubbed? Somebody mentioned that my videos are auto-dubbed, and they were like, can you please stop it from being auto-dubbed? I had no idea that any of it was auto-dubbed. I don't even know what that is. They said it was auto-dubbed in Spanish or something, but like, can't you turn it off? Hold on, this one's auto-dubbed. Let me see if I can turn it off. Maybe you can't. No, you can. And they were complaining just to complain. They were like, yeah, they're like, Clan, I'm in Mexico right now. Can you change it and stop it from being like auto-dubbed? I'm like, bro, I don't... What am I supposed to do about that? Yeah, I'm not doing that. Let's go to this one though. Actually, let's go to San Antonio. Let's see here. All right, so we got quite a few. We can do 3. You guys want to do 3? We should probably combine a couple of them. We can combine a couple of them. I feel like that's the most views they've gotten, or they don't get that many views like that quickly. 1,000 views in an hour. People are really interested in this. People are very interested. They are very interested in what our boy Wembanyama has to say. So we're gonna take a look at what Wemby has to say. We'll do other interviews or press conferences as well, but you know, obviously this is the one that I care the most about right now. You said Wemby, Mitch, Castle. We'll split it up. We'll split it up because I'm sure there's plenty. Ooh, that was a weird kind of like thing I just did. I'm sure there's plenty of things that we can comment on that Wemby has to say. Before we do, if you guys want to check out some daily fantasy sports, big shout out to today's sponsor, Sleeper. Promo code is CLAN. I keep saying that. Promo code CLAN. You use that, you'll receive 100% match up to $100. It's very simple on how to use the app, right? Just download it and you can go to the NBA section. You can do NFL, you can do all sports you can think of. And all you have to do is just say, let's see. Hachimura, will he have over or under 13 points for that? I'm gonna say less than that, right? I'm gonna say less than that. I love how they put Trae Young in an ice cube. He's cold. He's cold. Assists, I'm gonna say more. And yeah, I already did my Steph Curry. I already did more on Steph. So if you guys are interested, please go check that out. But if you don't care about the daily fantasy sports yet, there's also a lot of cool other things and features in this as well. Like if you go to the NBA section, you scroll down, there is all the different news, highlights, stats, injuries, you name it, live scores during games. It's some really good stuff. So if you're tired of how social media is, because we all freaking are, it's kind of ridiculous, you can head on over to Sleeper, download the app, and if you just want sports, it's basically social media for sports as well. Really good stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what Vic had to say. S'il vous plaît.
Team and
got.
Can you guys hear that okay? I think when he starts talking, you'll be able to hear.
What you needed out of these 5 games before the real thing starts.
Yeah. It was fun, you know, to play against these teams and fun to compete in training camp, but it's...
I need a little, okay. This is going to sound silly, but I mean this. I need a little bit of, not arrogance, maybe a little bit of nonchalantness, like just a little bit. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but like a little bit of nonchalant where this is preseason, but at the end of the day, the regular season is what really counts, and I think that we're ready, right? Just like a little bit of that. Just a little bit of that. It's preparation, because Victor Wembanyama rookie year, I mean, I know we had a whole nother season after that, but rookie year, Wemby, it was exciting to see us win a game and him get so happy like we just won the championship. But you know what? It's not enough. It's not enough. You're supposed to win, like Chris Paul told them.
It's time and we're ready.
Oh, whoa.
It's fun to compete in training camp, but it's time and we're ready.
Wait.
Yeah. It was fun, you know, to play against these teams and fun to compete in training camp, but it's time and we're ready.
Woo! I like that. Kind of gave me vibes of that Tim Duncan. We'll get it done this time. A little bit. Not as hype. I was way more hype during that time, but.
Especially to start off the game, is that kind of what you hope for and envision from this team?
Yeah, of course, that's what we hope. I still need to
Wemby looks huge, by the way.
look at a tape though, but yeah, we want to be one of the best defenses.
I'm sorry, Will.
Yeah, I mean it's fun, you know. It's even though it was a hard game, it felt like for the first part of the game, it felt like we played together as a team and everybody was having fun, you know. So we need to keep to grow with this, you know. We need to expand this.
Mitch said Steph Castle's decision.
I don't care about us having fun. Winning's fun. I was trying to do like an Ice Cube. I don't know. Fun. I'm Ice Cube. Yeah, I'm not good at it. I can't do the West Coast thing.
Making was great. What did you see from him running the point?
Yeah, of course. No, I just agree. You know, it's hard. If we do a good job as screeners, you know, setting good screens and running hard, putting pressure on the rim, I don't think there's any way really to stop Steph. You know, so we need to help him do that. And when we do, and if he has a perfect decision making like tonight, it's really good.
Did you feel like there was a difference?
Yeah, Steph Castle was like on point as far as what he did with the basketball. On freaking point. By the way, he had 2 exciting plays, maybe 3, but 2 in particular really exciting plays in this game where, man, he got hops. He's just such a smart player.
Different plan for you.
Champagny most improved player. You think they'll give it to him? I don't know. I don't know if he'll have enough eyes on him. Champagne's gonna be good though.
The way the team is going to use you this preseason, for instance, I think Jeff just mentioned that you posted out more than anybody else in the league this preseason. Has that been a conscious choice?
I mean, it's probably the byproduct of
Sorry, that's probably pretty loud, isn't it, y'all? Sorry.
wanting to also myself take my time and as a team, you know, trying to organize a spacing and know our roles on a situation like a post up, because the reality is I'm gonna be having the ball a lot, you know, and we need to, but just giving the ball to one player doesn't work, you know. We need to have spacing around it, and this is how we each of us is gonna have fun, and each of us is gonna find our piece of the puzzle.
One thing that I really liked, like I said on all these games, right? But like this game in particular, it's not like the Pacers play poorly defensively, right? Like there was a big part of that second, I think it was the second quarter, in which they were basically locking us down, but because our defense was so good, we just constantly was getting easy baskets because of our defense alone. But offensively, when we're in the half court, that's something we're probably going to struggle with a little bit. But trying to find what's the best play and trying to move in the right way to get guys open, we're going to struggle with that. Now, when Fox is here, we won't struggle with it as much, right? When you have a really good pick and roller like Sochan, it'll help. It'll for sure help. But Fox in particular, he's really gonna help us in that when we just can't find a shot. But there were instances in this game where it felt like our half court was just kind of ugly, right? But they still managed to either find a freakish shot because Wemby and Castle played so well, or most importantly, defense turned into offense on so many occasions. So you're just going to be able to, really lean on that defense, You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Pacers are a good team. Pacers hit a few ridiculous shots and punish when we left guys wide open. Yeah, exactly. Pacers played well. That's the thing where people were like, well, they're injured. Pacers played well. I'm more so looking at how the Spurs responded to what the Pacers were doing rather than how much more talented are we than the Pacers, right? Because yes, on paper we should be like Wembanyama is just so deep because he always gave Pacers like some hell. Let's just be honest. But just overall, it was just like I'm trying to see how our team overall responds. They didn't seem flustered, and they were still able to get shots even when we're locked. And that was not the case last season or the season prior, or actually the season prior to that. Season prior to that, I think we could find some baskets. No, actually, no, we couldn't. Yeah, it's been like this for like 4 years now.
Over the last couple of years since you've been in the league, you have more pieces to that puzzle this year than you've had yet with all the talent that's on this team. Has it been noticeable, just the additions of bodies, the development of guys that have been here the last 2 years?
This and also the depth, we've went undefeated in this preseason, and most of the high minute guys haven't played in the fourth quarter really, so it shows that our second and third units have been present and have done a great job because they've went undefeated as well.
After seeing Dylan in game action, have your expectations risen for him?
No.
Sorry, can you repeat?
He's gonna say no. Of course not. He always expected him to be good.
You're seeing him in game action.
Seeing,
I mean, I know you practice with him, but seeing him in the games, do you have even greater expectations for him? Yeah,
of course. I do. I think he's a player that can have an impact day one, and that's not a lot of guys.
I said that. I wasn't expecting him to agree with his expectations have gotten higher, but it's not a bad answer. Yes or no, it's fine. Either no, I always knew, I thought he could be really great, or yes, he's shown how good he actually is. But yeah, he's absolutely right. Day one, I feel like he could be a starter day one, but it won't happen, especially after this game where he got bumped around. It's not gonna happen, but I think it will happen pretty soon. But I'm gonna have plenty of people clowning on me you said that he was. Yeah, that's fine, but I wasn't expecting a thumb injury. I wasn't expecting some of this stuff, but I do think he should start eventually.
As you can say that
with Fox. I'm not saying let's wait till Fox is gone. I mean, with Fox, I think he should start.
This much certainty about, but his poise and his ability to control the game has been remarkable.
Victor, il y a pas mal de spéculations autour de ta...
That is French. And that is my cue to end it. Like I always say, if there's there's plenty of people from France. If you guys are from France, please drop it in the comment section when this video is uploaded. That would be much appreciated for those watching, interested in what we have to say after this. Let me see if there's any...
Je crois que je peux mesurer en centimètres.
No. Yeah. No. Never mind. Yeah, no. Never mind. You lost all your money on Sleeper tonight. You suck. You should make better picks. You suck. Oh my God, Castle caught a body. Did you just see it? He caught a couple bodies, man. I lost $100K because you bet under 1 point on Wemby. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's wild. Chatter said he lost $100,000 on Sleeper because he bet Wemby under 1 point. First off, that didn't happen. But second, that's a good segue. If you guys are interested in Sleeper, and you also want to lose $100K betting 1 point under on Wemby, please do. They have no bets like that on here. There's no betting, right? It's so silly. But yeah, daily fantasy sports, if you guys are interested in daily fantasy sports, please go on over to Sleeper. And as you can see here, wait, I'm on the NFL. I don't care about the NFL. Where's the NBA? There we go. As you can see here, you can bet what you think. Like I'm thinking over 26 points, 26 or more on Steph Castle. I'm sorry, Steph Curry. I don't think I would do that on Castle. Amen Thompson. I would go under 15 or under. Yeah, 14 or under. So under 15 assists. I'm gonna go more than 10 assists on Trae Young. Excuse me. So if you guys are interested and you want to try to make some money as well, all you have to do is just use promo code CLAN and you'll get 100% match up to $100. Go download Sleeper, download the app. The link is underneath the video. So yeah, show some love to the sponsors, which means you're showing love to the channel. So big shout out to Sleeper, me boys. All right, see. Clan, you making fun of the way I spoke? You said that funny as F. I don't even know what I said. What did I say? I don't even know what I said. I'm sorry. I have no idea what I said. Close up? What? I have no idea what you're talking about. All right. Who are we going to listen to next? What you guys thinking? Mitch Johnson? This isn't the coach. Somebody says Steph. Maybe we can do Steph and Cornette together or something. I want to see what Mitch Johnson has to say.
Defense was a priority all throughout camp. Do you feel, after tonight and previous games that you guys are making strides toward becoming the team you want to be defensively?
I think there's a lot of good intention there. I think we've had some good moments. I think there's still a lot left to be desired. Second quarter got away from us. We started overreacting to a few things, and the floodgates open where you start giving a team that executes like Indiana many opportunities, then they start making shots, and it can be hard to slow a team down like that. So we've shown.
I will say this for this game. I know I harped on how Keldon Johnson wasn't good defensively. That's kind of nothing new. Harrison Barnes, I thought he missed some, not missed assignments, but just kind of slow one closing out. Yeah. The camera zoomed in as I brought phone to my face. What? After I was going to say what you stumbled on, but now I forgot to. I have no idea what's going on. SA text. I have no idea what we're talking about, bro. I love you, though. I have no idea what you're talking about.
On some glimpses and some potential, but still quite a bit that we need to shore up.
What were they overreacting to specifically in the second quarter?
I think
your mama.
It's just in terms of just game plan. So, when you play in this league, you don't hold teams to 50 points. So if they score a couple buckets and you're having some say-so in how those buckets may be getting scored at times, you can't overreact to that, right? Like, you're not going to hold teams. So if you play good defense and they make shots and you're executing the game plan, that happens, and that's okay. And then when you start overreacting to that, now that's when the floodgates open and you got too many holes in the ceiling and you can't stop them. So that's what I was referring to.
Facts.
Victor, after the layoff and where he is now.
Yeah, I think similar to the team. I think his intentions have been great. I think he's shown some potential of where he's made improvements and where he can continue to grow and become very dynamic, and a lot more to shore up in terms of fundamentals and solid and simple and taking what the game is being called upon at the time.
I need Mitch Johnson to yell at Wemby. I just need my pop moment, man. I want people yelled at just a little bit. Just a little bit. I know that's not his style, but I need some people yelled at just a little bit. Just a little bit. I just need someone yelled at just a little bit. Just a little bit. Anyway.
To get on the ball around the rim or in post-up opportunities more so than in years past. I saw some stat that he's posting up more in the preseason than anybody else in the league.
You know, I think there's probably a correlation a little bit to getting stronger and maturing and feeling some of that strength out. And so I think there's just a concerted effort for him to continue to play to his strengths and continue to be efficient and try to get him in spots. So maybe a little bit of that, but I wouldn't
what just happened?
Go overboard with that.
Second quarter, you had back-to-back buckets inside by Harper and Castle. Is that what you envision?
Mitch Johnson didn't like that.
You know, seeing from those guys, just a glimpse of what they're going to do.
Yeah, I think. I think we have a lot of players that can be dynamic and be impactful in the paint. Victor's one, Steph and Dylan are others. We have a few others, and so I think the vision is to continue to try to put an emphasis on getting the basketball to the paint and putting proper spacing around it, and then let those guys make plays.
What did you think of Steph Castle's decision-making with the ball in his hands, particularly that first quarter where he was kind of an assist machine?
Yeah, he was great. I think we did a good job of executing with our screens and our spacing around it, and he made great decisions. And when you can make simple decisions, they can look great. And I don't think he did anything that was wow, except he made the right play numerous times in a row, and it felt like a wow moment, and that's something we have to continue to embrace.
He only yelled to Joker? Oh, man. Mitch Johnson is going to lose it, bro, when we go against the Nuggets. Oh, my God. When he sees Joker, he's going to absolutely lose it, bro. He's going to lose it. Where is she?
Gotten through the preseason part of this, preseason game part of this. Is there anything that you're particularly happy that you were able to kind of get done during this preseason and in your first as a head coach?
I think for it being October 17th, we've shown a good sense of competitiveness and trying to get into shape and trying to pay attention to details, but there's a lot left to be desired. But the intentions are there.
Is there a coach in the league that goes into the season opener thinking they've got everything buttoned up and every I crossed and I doubted?
Probably not, yeah. Not this team at the stage we're at.
You have your opening night starter set.
So it seems like I don't want to say I don't mean this in a negative way, but I don't think, and this is a good place for him to be at as a head coach, I think. But I think Mitch Johnson doesn't have like super high expectations for this team, right? Like still kind of fun or focusing on the fundamentals. And it seems like winning is just something where, yeah, you're supposed to do that. That's nice if we do it, but there's so much, because he said this like 3 times now, there's so much more to be desired, right? And yeah, the most I keep saying this, but the most impressive thing I think about this team is not so much 100% how they've been playing, especially offensively. Like not 100% how they've been playing offensively, but what I really love is that we've been in a couple different situations thus far throughout the preseason in which the opposing team gets the upper hand on us, right? Or we start making a few mistakes here and there, or you know they play really great defense and lock us down to some degree. And the Spurs are still managing to not only stay in games, but win convincingly. And I'm saying going into the fourth, if you lost some of these, okay, fine. Our third stringers just aren't good enough, and they're not as good as the opposing team's third stringers. Not that big of a deal, right? But it does show how much depth we have that our third stringers still keep the lead, and not only that, expand it sometimes. But with that being said, I think that what's most impressive is seeing our best players and the opposing team's best players they have available go at it And regardless of mistakes that we make by virtue of being young, we're talented enough and we have enough chemistry together that we're managing to overcome it, right? And people understand their roles well enough that they're able to stay in these games and win them convincingly. I mean, when our best guys got out of the game, they had just increased the lead to like 14 points, and then they sat down. Like we were going to win that game. You know, anything can happen in the fourth quarter, but we were going to win it. Mitch is boring. I don't think Mitch is boring. I like Mitch Johnson. I think he's very level-headed. He seems very smart. Obviously every coach is, but very articulate. And I think he's a great communicator. I think guys know exactly what they need. And he's also similar to Wemby, a sponge, and he's willing to, listen to a multitude of different voices. And he has a really great coaching staff around him too that he developed, or that he brought to help bring to San Antonio. So we're looking good. We got some really great coaching here. I think really good coaching. I won't say great yet. I won't give them great yet, but really good, really good.
Starting lineup set?
Have not got that far yet.
What do you make of just the preseason that Julian's had? He's kind of been on fire, but it also looks like he's doing a little more secondary stuff off the ball. Just seems like he's had a really good preseason. Where have you seen his development the most?
I think just, again, taking what the game's calling upon at that time, and because he's making shots, defenses are overreacting or reacting as they should, and he's made some secondary complementary plays, as you said. And I think, again, that's where the ripple effects of simple, good, right, proper reads will allow the game to open up in different ways.
I have no idea how they determine Coach of the Year. Yeah, you just win a lot. You said wins it all. Well, they don't count it for playoffs, right? It's just counted for regular season. Coach Mitch wore a Batman costume during the interview on Halloween. No, he just sounds like Batman. He just sounds like Batman. It's gonna get worse as he gets older. He's super young now, but once he gets older, it's gonna be pretty bad, y'all. It's gonna be pretty bad. He's gonna get more raspy. He's gonna be straight up Batman. By the way, if you guys haven't seen the Batman, it's actually really good. Penguin was really, really good. I really liked that show. I was really digging that show. Clan, love you, bruh. Stop being a KJ hater. Okay. I'm gonna give KJ credit when credit is due, but I guess it's just the main thing is a lot of people who are like yelling at me like he's gotten so much better. I saw it for one game. I was like, oh yeah, that was some really good decision making. And then this past game is like, no, it's the same Keldon. I mean, when he's good, he's really good, and when he's bad, he's really bad. Just is what it is. Penguin was a good HBO series. It was so good. Oh, so good. Such a good show. Colin Farrell just murdered that role, bro. Show some love to KJ. I did last game. I can't really do it for this game. I mean, he was really bad. Especially defensively. He wasn't really bad. Okay, he wasn't really bad, but defensively he was really bad. But yeah. Have you seen Task? No, is it worth watching or I haven't seen it. And in this segment. Yeah, should I see Task? Why do we pick up Jordan if we're not gonna play him? You gotta pick up players. I mean, you gotta have players on the roster and guys you can send to the G League, and you gotta have, I feel like a Keldon pass has never impressed me. No. 3 hours makeup is rough. Fall in love with makeup artists like Eminem. Fall in love with his hairstyle. That's kind of crazy that Yeah, that he's dating his hairstylist, or his. It's not his hairstylist. I think it's like his stylist in general. I never thought about. I don't think about that type of stuff, man. I don't think about how, like, yeah, these celebrities have stylists. Like, they have people that get the clothes for them. Like, they pay a certain amount, and then the guy they get the clothes for them. Cause it's so difficult. Dressing nice and figuring out your style is so difficult, man. Just for like a normal person. And I just don't think about how easy it is for someone with money and fame. What? For sure thought you had a stylist. That would be nice. All right. Let's see here. Imagine if a star player Keldon would be if he had Harper's dribbling and vision. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say he would just be Dylan Harper. All right, I guess we can do. All right, let's we'll do a couple here because this is only 3 minutes long. So, how about we do Steph Castle, and then Luke Cornett? Because I don't think we went over a Luke Cornett. Yeah, we haven't went over a Luke Cornett one. Actually, we haven't looked at a Devin Vassell one either. Nah, let's just do all three. The game is literally, well, the game is until Wednesday. We'll wait on Cornett. Maybe we'll wait on Cornett on a different day. Let's do Devin and then Steph. This was before the game.
Luke is 1-1, bro.
What are you guys kind of hoping to get out of this last one before the real thing starts?
I think just having a statement. I think it's our statement game.
This is nice to hear before, like, actually when we actually seen the game. This is nice to hear before. So let's see if he was correct.
Preseason game, just showing a message to the league, sending a message to us. We just want to be ready. We want to send a message and just get a win today.
You know what it's like to have injury setbacks. What do you guys say to Jared? He's had his fair share. You guys talk to each other when that happens?
All the time, of course. Just keep your mental strong. Everybody's been through injuries. I've been through them. Vic's been through them. Like Fox is going. Like everybody's been through them. So you just gotta keep your mental strong. And I mean, it's tough, especially when you're rehabbing. You get so close, and it's another setback. Like it can be a lot on your mental. But I think he knows that we all have his back, and we're just excited whenever he's able to come back.
You seem to be feeling good and healthy. And
yeah, for sure.
All good. What's happening?
There's one thing I dislike about Devin Vassell. Like, I can't stand it. And the one thing I can't stand about Devin Vassell is his music taste. He has terrible music taste, in my humble opinion. Like, he likes Lil Baby, which Lil Baby's cool, but like, I think that's like his main rapper. Which, don't get me wrong, Lil Baby got some good songs, but I don't know. He's like, he's the type of sound where you don't have high expectations and he exceeds those expectations, but like, he's still not like a phenomenal rapper. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's kind of like 21 Savage. Like, I like 21 Savage, and he exceeded my expectations. My expectations were quite low when I first heard him come on the scene. He's from Atlanta. That makes sense.
Oh, it's been great. I mean, my numbers have been great. I'm in shape. I feel good. My body feels good. Knees feel good. I mean, this is the best I've felt in a long time. So I'm just excited for that. It's been a good preseason, and I'm just excited to get this.
He had a legitimate off season as well, so that's nice.
Going.
We were talking to Luke a little bit about those times that he shares the floor with Vic.
Yeah.
Like, could Could you imagine having to be on the other side of that?
I mean, training camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough with that type of length, and I mean their pick and roll with Vic coming off that is. It's tough to guard, man. It's tough to guard. We were trying to figure it out the whole time, and we couldn't figure it out. So it's special. It's unique. I think defensively we have the chance to be a really, really good team. And offensively we get Fox back. Vic's playing how he's playing. We got Juice shooting. I mean, we have so many people. We have so much depth. I think we're going to be a really, really good team.
I don't know if you saw it, but the coach.
The season is starting off quite light for us. So I don't think we'll start seeing like significant talent for a little minute. So that's nice. I think we kind of need that.
In Boston, Joe Mazzulla, we had a pickup game with the staff, and we got 5 here. Like, do you think we got a shot?
I think we should run it. I think we should run it and make sure that we record it, please.
I'm just wondering who guards scoreless.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck on that. But no, I mean, truthfully though, like to summarize it all though, I'm very excited. I'm very thankful for this summer and this preseason, me being able to go through this. I haven't been able to have a healthy offseason, a healthy preseason, all that good stuff. So it's been really good. My mental's good. Everybody around's mental's good. I mean, it's good to see Fox out here. He was playing earlier. Seeing Jay rehab. I mean, seeing all our guys get back. I mean, when we get back to a full team, we're gonna be really scary.
You were saying it's pretty hard to guard that Wemby.
I don't even know when to stop when Devin Vassell starts talking. I don't even know when to. I don't even know when to stop the. Like he talks so fast.
Pick and roll. What have you tried, and why doesn't it work?
I don't want to say anything because I don't need to give no advice to nobody else. So y'all figure that out. Y'all figure that out.
Yeah, that's fine, Clan. I understand the emphasis on wanting Harper to start, but I think he's perfect for our bench right now in terms of winning more games. Having a point guard like him working with our bench is perfect. Yeah, I think it can go either way because we have so much versatility, right? Like, the reason why I said that you could start him and then you have Castle coming off the bench is because we know how great Castle is at just running a offense, which Dylan Harper's really great at it too. But he also has quite a bit of versatility, right? You put him in the starting lineup as well, and he's a good catch and shoot player, right? He'll get you off guard or whatnot if you put him in that 2 spot. But I don't think there's like a bad answer either way. You know, like last season, I think I could really just want to like I could fight with people on certain things on what lineup somebody might want or not want or whatnot, but not really for this season. Like there's only a few where we would scratch our heads, right? Like, yeah, if you said I don't want Fox to start, and I'm scratching my head. What the heck are you talking about? I don't want Wemby to start. No one would say that. You know, I think I would even go as far as like when Sochan's back and healthy. Oh, I don't want Sochan. I think that would be a little silly not to just have him start at power forward. He's our best power forward. But other than that, you know, as far as the guard spot, small forward spot, you can kind of mix it up how you want. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll scratch my head if you say you want Carter Bryant starting because he's not there yet offensively. But yeah, I don't really have any like. I don't want to fight anybody on it. Clan's a fighter. No, I don't even want to fight you on it. You're not necessarily wrong. You know what I mean? You're not necessarily wrong. If you want Castle starting over Harper or Harper starting over Castle or Champagnie starting over Devin Vassell, like all of it kind of makes sense, right? And quite a few of these guys are going to play similar roles anyways, as far as what they are. It's just a matter of how you want to pick your poison, you know? But yeah, just who you have more faith in, you know, in certain spots. Now, if it came down to it and I had to choose who I finish a game with, Dylan Harper or Castle, I'm going with Castle, right? Just right now, at least. If I had to choose between the two. But, yeah. Segue really quick. Big shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring this segment. Sleeper, what? Why are you acting funny? There you are. Where was my phone for a second? Anyways, if you guys are interested in Sleeper whatsoever, it is daily fantasy sports. It's very fun. It's very great. So all you have to do, download the app, use my promo code CLAN. You'll get 100% match up to $100. But if you go to the NBA section, there's a plethora of different over or unders you can go with, right? I think, who's that, Brandon Ingram? I'm going under. Yeah, I'm going 18 points or under for him. Let's see, LaMelo Ball, at least 35 in points, rebounds, and assists. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. I'll go more there. But anyways, so yeah, so then you do that, you put in your entry, and you can make some money, man, if you guys are interested in that. But if you don't care about that whatsoever, at the very least, just download the app. It supports the channel. And what you can do is head on over to the NBA site. Actually, I'll go back and show you. If you go here, go to the home, and then you click on NBA up here, you have a whole section of highlights, stats, live stats, injuries, just overall news, just plenty of things that just keeps you updated if that is something you want to take a look at. Okay, so go download the app, check it out, see if you like it. But yeah, big shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring this segment. So let me go ahead, and I think we gotta, I missed it. It's not coming up on my chat for some reason. I'm pretty sure we got a super chat, but it went away. So my apologies, my boy. Maybe I'll check in the main one after this video. So let's take a look at what Castle had to say. Here we go.
Last season you played with a lot of confidence, but it seems like it's even more so this year. Is it just how are you feeling out there? Seems like you're really imposing yourself physically as well.
Yeah, I feel good. Really just trying to get my conditioning back up. That week out kind of took.
Said Cornette got to get those passes higher for Wemby. Dude, did you see Castle's pass to Wemby? That alley-oop, it was so high.
Took a lot of conditioning from me, so just pushing the pace as much as I can, just reading the game. I think having a year under my belt definitely helped too. Just being able to slow everything down and process stuff.
No, it didn't. Stop lying.
Decision making and processing is right now.
I feel like it's high. I've been keeping my turnovers down. Also credit to my teammates for obviously making shots. But yeah, just being able to get downhill. Like I said, having that year under me kind of slowed the game down for me a little bit. Also watching film also helps. So just keep repeating that going on to the regular season.
Castle isn't necessarily like an ISO player or one-on-one player, but he is a phenomenal basketball player. You know what I mean? Like, just in the context of a team, he is just so good. So good. I mean, he was like that in college as well. Like, you just fit him in so many different areas. But he's just a really good basketball player. It kind of reminds me, I mean, he's way better, but he kind of reminds me of Derek White, you know? You guys know how crazy I was about Derek White, but like Derek White, even young Derek White with the Spurs, well, he was always a little older, but young Derek White with the Spurs, he was someone that, like, I don't know, man, he was just a good basketball player. He could have a game where he only put up 8 points, 4 rebounds, a couple assists, and I could swear to you that he was the reason we won that game. And I feel like Castle is that type of player. Like, his stats don't have to look that great, but you can see his impact, right? I don't know, but his stats are good most of the time. Offensively, last season they were pretty horrible percentage-wise, but overall, yeah, I think he shows up on the stat sheet a little bit. But yeah, I swear he's such an impact. That's the word I'm looking for. Impactful. He's an impactful basketball player. Yeah, you said he is sleepy strong. When I look at him, I don't think unit, but he for sure play like one. Yeah, he is just, yeah, he's impactful.
You guys have obviously with Dylan in tow now, Dev is back healthy to start the year, unlike last year. All the development, it looks like you guys just have a bunch of players who can create advantages against, and it really
Clan hates the Cowboys. I'm a Cowboys fan, unfortunately, and yes, I hate them.
Really showed in that first quarter where it was up and down, up and down. How do you guys feel out where the particular weapon is on a night-to-night basis? Is it just like who's got the hot hand? How are you going to approach some of that?
Yeah,
well, they all got roles.
We have a lot of guys, like you said, that can create advantages. So I mean, we're really just playing off of each other. You know, it's not really scripted or anything. I mean, we're calling our sets, but Coach Mitch gives us the freedom to break off plays if guys are pressuring. And we have a lot of guys that can do that unselfishly and make plays for others.
I heard some of the players talking, it was on NBA TV about the energy from this group and you played under Mitch and how it's different than last year. Can you talk about that? Is there a different energy with this group?
No, there definitely is. There definitely is a different energy. I feel like coming into the season, guys are a lot more locked in. I mean, we have obviously high expectations for this year, so maybe that changed things a little bit. But
I wish we could see more of what's going on. What's that show? Is it the 5 you guys told me about or something like that? Starting 5. We might get the Spurs on it. Yeah, people think that maybe they followed around Wemby or whatever. The Spurs might be on it next year. I don't know. There's no like genuine rumors. It's just like fans have said that they think we will be on it. I don't know. I understand, Clan. I've been a Cowboys fan my whole life, but Jerry makes me sick. Makes me absolutely sick. Okay? I didn't get to witness the championship. What was I, like 1 or 2 when they won their last championship? Like, I didn't get to see it, so yeah, screw the Cowboys, bro.
the energy's been great all training camp, and I feel like that's the result that we get with the 5 preseason games.
Working on routine for the dunk contest. Two pretty decent ones there to start.
Clan doesn't hate them more than when someone says Keldon sucks. You probably meant Sochan.
Nah, I wasn't. Legs was feeling good today though, so yeah, I gotta go back and watch those.
The first alley-oop, it looked like that was a unique one. It seemed like, and you enjoyed it. Looked like.
Yeah, because me and Dad talked about it before the game. It was like we get
You a hater, Clan? What am I hating on? I like Castle.
Get one shit. You might have to throw it up, but I mean, we didn't expect it to happen so early. So yeah, I'm happy we got to start the game off like that. I know. Shit, he backed up so much, he probably could have had the layup, but yeah, it was.
That just shows the unselfishness. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, you had the shot yourself. But I don't know. A play like that is also a morale boost. So as long as we get the basket, no one got injured from it, you can't really complain about it. But good guy, it is a morale boost to just like do that, act as if the defender isn't even there, and just dunk over the top of him. Like, I don't know. It's a morale thing. Send a message, like Facel said, right?
It's a cool one.
With the way Julian is shooting the ball right now, are you kind of going out of your way to look for him, especially in that corner where he just seems automatic at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm always looking for Ju. I mean, whether he's shooting the ball good or bad, I mean, I feel like we all have full confidence in his ability. But, I mean, I feel like that's just credit to him sprinting the court, always being in the right spots. I mean, for me, as a guy that
It would be nice if we did have one more Julian Champagny. Not even necessarily the same position, but just someone that's like a shooter. I know Lindy Waters is that, but I don't know how much of him we're going to get to see, you know? I don't know. Maybe Lindy Waters will get some minutes. Maybe he will. Garcia will be one, but I don't know how many minutes he gets, you know?
that likes to attack, touch the paint, have guys help. I mean, that's the perfect spot up. So
we're hoping that Keldon can be a little bit of that, but I doubt that. You know, his bread and butter is going to be getting to the rim.
Shooting like that all summer because he's on fire right now.
So he's been shooting like that since I met him. So appreciate it.
Why are these so short? I guess because it's preseason. They got so many guys to talk to. Anyways. I got here late. Did you already talk about how well Champagny shot? I don't think we talked about that at all. But I do love Champagny. You need to watch some football, Clan. Oh, Cowboys, that's who you hate? Yeah, I hate the Cowboys, bro. I'm a Cowboys fan. I hate them. To show you how much I love the Cowboys, I'm not watching the NFL at all. I don't even know what's going on, you know? Because I'm a Cowboys fan. Like, I was always, like, when the Cowboys was going and I was actually invested and I'm like, maybe we could do something, I was watching the Cowboys, fully invested, And then I was keeping up with other teams because I was thinking, oh, maybe possibly we'll have to play this team, or maybe we play them in week 7 or whatever, you know? But that's just not the case anymore, bro. The teams suck. The teams suck. They'll just let guys go. How do you let go of the best defensive player in the NFL and actually try to justify that? Like, get out of here, bro. Horrible, horrible GM slash president slash owner slash prime minister slash ego driver Jerry Jones. I mean, good God, bro. And people are like, well, his son is going to be just as worse. I'll take my chances because oh my God, I don't know if you can have a bigger ego than him. Oh my God. Anyways, good stuff. Well, guys, we went on a while. Oh, that's on there. Went on a while. Here, let me delete this. Trying to check something. Okay, so all right, so I guess I'll talk to you guys a little while. I hate that yeah, the chat here is gone. Hold on, if I refresh chat over here, will it fix it? Or oh, it did fix it. Cool. What time you streaming tomorrow? I'm not streaming tomorrow. I'm streaming we'll be back on Monday. I think we did like 5 segments tonight. So yeah, I'll be back on Monday night. And then after that, I'll see you on Wednesday. So we'll talk Monday and prepare for Wednesday. Should be fun. Here, let me, yeah. So I'll talk to you guys for a little while. I'm gonna... All right. Do you live in San Antonio, Clan? No, I do not. No, I don't live in San Antonio. Nope, nope, nope. Never have. I became a Spurs fan authentically, nowhere near the city. Yeah, nowhere near the city. Dude, I was watching a debate. This is like completely off topic. Well, no, not really. No, it is off topic, but I'm gonna pretend like it's not. You know, I became a Spurs fan just by virtue of having a brother who absolutely loved Kobe Bryant. Because I will watch the Spurs go against them, and I wanted to start to get interested in sports, but I just really wasn't. And I watched Manu, and I was like, oh my God, this dude is incredible. And then when I played, I think it might have been NBA Live or 2K against my brother, I played as Manu, and I was like, oh my God, I can't miss a shot, right? So like that what made me kind of a Spurs fan, and then I just started watching them more and more and more. A debate I saw earlier, this is where it's kind of off topic. A debate I saw earlier was like whether or not we have free will. And I was like, of course we have free will. But then I never really understood the argument against free will. And it's like, oh, well, yeah, I guess technically we don't, right? Because free will would be the ability to choose something without any type of influences that influence your decision. Any circumstances that influence, underlying circumstances that influence your decision. And there's no decision we make that's not based on something else, right? Like we're not free of that. Even if somebody grows up with like horrible parents and they say, I'm going to choose to be a great parent. Well, maybe you had that thought and you're going about it that way because of your circumstances in which what you saw growing up, like everything's based on a decision of something else, I don't know. I never really thought about it. How much use does that have for like everyday people? I don't know. Probably not that much, but I was thinking about this too. We're just ants in my opinion. I don't think I've ever had an original thought. Another thing too though is like lots of people say humans are just so like smart and we're just so above all the other animals. And it's like, are we though? I mean, there's plenty of us that aren't like phenomenal people or like neurosurgeons or like a lot of us are just kind of like normal people. And there's lots of animals that are significantly smart. They just evolved in different ways, We had the ability to pass on information and kind of build upon that, and other animals just grew in different ways. No, something I just never really thought about. Doesn't take away from anything. But one thing I was thinking though, I was like, well, how would that help society on the free will argument? And I think when you're like creating policy, right? Like when you're creating policy, I think you should think of it as if people don't have free will, right? Because you're creating policy, then that really helps you get the best results possible for a large sum of people, because lots of things influence what happens next. It's like the Golden Gate Bridge. Like when a lot of people were jumping off of it, what the government did is install netting, right? They made sure to install netting, and that changed a lot of people's view because a lot of people start to really fantasize about their death. And because they didn't have that outlet, the rates went down like significantly all across the board. So you can really control what people do based on policy. And I think that if you have the idea that there isn't free will, everything is based on circumstances, then maybe you can work on fixing impoverished neighborhoods because everything is based on societal factors. But I think individually, I don't know how much it helps me personally to think I don't have free will. Like, I don't know. Me, I don't care. I don't care either way. But I'm just saying, like, that does matter to some people to think about. So I'm just like, how helpful is it for an individual to think they don't have free will? I don't know. I pee outside as often as possible. Why, there's a reason you do that. some cognitive reason or some reason on circumstance on just why you do that, you know? If your circumstances were different, then you wouldn't do that. I don't know why my computer's acting. I'm probably only gonna blow up one for now, since everything's acting weird. Hold up. Giving my DNA back to Earth. That's great. When you think about free will, it comes from a creator with an intelligent mind, personable, all-knowing, everything since we have an origin point and purpose. That was another thing I was thinking about. But what if there was no original point? What if it's just infinite? What if there was never nothing? I know that that's hard to, because we're so used to things starting and ending. But like, what if there was no beginning at all? Isn't that a crazy thing to think about? It's hard to wrap our minds around it. But even the concept of there once being nothing doesn't make sense. And even if you believe, okay, so you said like you believe as a creator, that's fine. But like, was there a beginning for that? You would just say it's infinite, right? So like, what if it was just never nothing? And I know like people bring up the Big Bang, but I think the Big Bang is only showing that the universe expands, right? Like that it's been expanding. But like, I don't know. Thinking about my life before my birth is wild. It's like crazy, isn't it? I have free will. Cause like if I asked anybody to just like any of you guys, like don't be a Spurs fan. Like if I said that, don't be a Spurs fan. Don't be it. Don't be a Spurs fan. Can you do that? Like right now, since you have control over, you know, everything, you have the freedom to choose. Are you choosing not to be, or can you legitimately, or like, yeah, can you choose not to be a Spurs fan, or can you legitimately just not choose not to be? I would argue that based on my circumstances and based on what I've experienced and based on the amount of love that I've gained from being a Spurs fan, it would take, I don't even know what circumstance it would take for me to no longer be a fan. Same thing with the Cowboys. As much as I hate them, I can't not be a fan. Like I can't choose. I would love to not be a fan. I can't choose not to be a fan. Can you choose not to be a Spurs fan? Like right now? Just do it real quick and then after 5 minutes be a fan again? You can't do it. I'm looking for a thumbnail picture to put on this next one. And I think I found a good one. I don't know. As a Christian, I believe God is the creator, not only because of the Bible, but science does point to it. It's just a lot of scientists that are not intelligently honest. I mean, but even still, like, well, first off, I don't think the thing about science, you can't disprove that there's a God. No one can prove nor disprove that. But I do think, oh, this is a good thumbnail. Cool. Hold on, let me change this. What was I saying? Yeah, you can't prove nor disprove of that. Like, sure. But I don't think science pushed towards that there is one at all, really. Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to change. But even with that's like the question still remains, like, what if it is just infinite? Because I'm sure that will be your argument for things, right? Like, God was always here, and that's fine. Like, I'm not fighting you on it, but then he would be infinite, or it would be infinite. That entity would be infinite, right? Like, it didn't. Well, science is just evidence. We interpret the evidence. If you read Genesis, see how the earth was created and compare it to the Big Bang Theory, it actually lines up. I don't know. Didn't Genesis also said there was light before the sun came? Which I don't know how that. Crap, let me get this. And also scientifically, I think we've been here for, Earth has been here for what, 2 billion years maybe? But I think according to that, it's only been, what, 6,000? But he said that's what science is, evidence for something to be either true or not. Well, science is also ever changing, you know, it's expandable. Like, the whole point of the scientific method is to try to prove yourself wrong, to prove your hypothesis wrong. Unfortunately, which I there's no hate towards it, but you know, when it comes to you know, spiritual thinking or religious thinking, there is no proving it wrong, right? Like, people don't really attempt to prove it wrong. Science is important. It's fine though, man. I don't care. I do not care. I just thought it was interesting, like the stuff I saw in Free Will. I was like, what the heck? I just never thought about it. But like I said, I don't know what use that it really has for like an individual person. It seems like more people would take it negatively than positively. But when you're creating policy, I definitely think they should consider that. I think that should be top priority, because if you just sum it all up to, well, this person just decided to kill these people, and it's like, well, we're not going to look at any other circumstances leading up to it. Nope, they just had the free will to do that. Then, I mean, what good is that, you know? But maybe someone that is truly struggling and believes they have, you know, free will to make choices, then maybe they are a little bit more willing to seek help, or, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, my bad. The Earth is 4.5 billion years old. I thought it was 2 billion. 4.5 billion. Ah. Why are religion, God, and Jesus beliefs? Because there's no proof for any of it. If there was proof, it would not be beliefs and be facts. Yeah, it's more so faith than anything. Kind of like gravity, right? Like, you seem a little insane if you don't believe in gravity. There's no believing in it. Yeah, I understand it. No hate to our boy though, Davin. You seem like a nice person. It's all good. You can believe what you want. But you still haven't addressed what I said about it being infinite. Because if like I said, if the universe was always here, and you say, no, there was a beginning. What? But you said it was created. Then wouldn't you just say that, you know, the creator was here forever? Which is fine. But, like, it's still the same thing. It's infinite, right? That is the universe, not Earth. As I lay on my grounding mat now. Earth is 4.5 billion years old. It's crazy. Crazy. Now, I will say this. I think everyone has a right to their, because there's so many freaking people on this planet, right? everyone has a right to their spiritual, religious beliefs, and we have a right to it. I think that's totally cool, and you can live your life how you want. But I do take issue with when those religious beliefs are used in policy, because it never ends well. That's never good, because it's very dogmatic and never changing. When people, just as humans, we evolve, we do things differently, we find more effective ways of going about a society. And if you just stick with the concrete things and you put them in law, that's a whole nother level. And that's actually currently what our government is doing, right? So I'm not cool with that at all. Too many different people. But I am fully for people believing what they believe. That's okay. Davin, what is okay, I do have a question about this, right? A tomb. Why would Jesus have a tomb? Weren't tombs only for those like in higher regards? And the Romans hated. Why would they give him a tomb? And also, I don't think we know that, where that is. You can have a creator who is infinite being that always was, with no beginning or end. It just doesn't make sense to use since we're finite. But creator being infinite makes sense. So there was no beginning for that. I don't know. To me, I just think the universe is like, it was just always here. One thing that I hear people say is, they say like, well, how do you explain how much order there is on Earth? But there is no order on Earth. Earth is very chaotic, Earth is very chaotic. Random things happen all the time. We have massive casualties all the time. Natural casualties. Random stuff happen, Ragnar. Oh, well, Ragnar, I will push back on that. I think there is enough proof that Jesus Christ existed. He definitely existed. Or I think I'm pretty sure it's some evidence that he existed. But yeah, most of it is faith. All the other stuff. If there's no aliens, how do you explain Wemby? That's a crazy thing to think about. Like, the universe is so huge, like, there's aliens out there. You have a certain level of privilege if you can sit around and think about aliens all day, though. I would rather us humans just be able to pay rent. That would be nice. If we could just pay rent, that would be really nice. That'd be really cool. One thing I don't like, though, because when you start implementing it into like law, critical thinking gets lost. And a lot of these people, not saying it's you, Davin, I don't think you're like this, but like people are kind of conditioned to, not critically think at times. And I feel like our government, or just politicians in general, try to weaponize that a little bit. And people don't really think things through. That's why they kind of like praise certain political figures. Well, Trump is the main one that gets kind of praised, which is really strange. But yeah, I hate it. There's zero proof? I don't really care enough. It's okay. That's fine. Yeah, John Doe. That's what I was saying. He existed. Pretty sure it's shown that he has existed, but. Shout out to the San Antonio Silver Stars. What happened with them? I know that this live stream went completely off script. I appreciate you guys engaging with it, and also appreciate you guys being respectful with one another too. I think that's pretty cool. You wonder if Wemby's an atheist? Yeah. Well, if agnostic is atheist too, right? He's probably agnostic. Honestly. Fasel, isn't Devin Fasel? Devin Vasel's Christian. I don't know about the rest of the team. I don't know what they are. Wemby's probably agnostic. Yeah, I won't go too into it, but yeah, I think John's actually right on this. He didn't, yeah. That doesn't matter. I was talking about free will. Do we have free will or not? I don't think we do. And I think that's okay. It actually, when I found that out, it didn't change anything about myself, you know. I was still just as optimistic about my life going forward than I was prior. Like, I don't know. It's just an interesting thought experiment. But I feel like some people being told that would have a negative visceral reaction to that. You know what I mean? And rightfully so. Like, that's a kind of a scary thing to even like fathom. Who wants to think about that? Did I put... I gotta go back on my stuff and make sure I put the promo. Okay, I did. Cool. Well, the resurrection part is the contested part, right? And then to die, lots of people have died. So I think that that's where people question it. I'm not a scholar, though, you know? I'm not a scholar. It seems like John knows maybe a little bit more than I do. Oh, free will is contradictory in a biblical worldview? Huh. Well, I guess it would be hard to believe that then. But I feel like there's lots of like contradictory things that people believe, you know? Like a lot of people believe in the New Testament and they say they don't believe in the Old Testament, but then pretty sure in the New Testament it says that it's not there to get rid of any of the laws from the Old Testament. So, but they don't believe in the Old Testament. So I don't know. Well, the resurrection is a claim. That's the thing, it's a claim. When was the do you guys know? You guys know a little bit more than me. When was the Bible written? Was it 1,000 years after the events of Christ, or was it sooner than that? I feel like I heard it was like 1,000 years later, but I could be pushing it too far. Maybe it was like 600 or something. Oh, I'm cutting in and out. Oh, that's not good. We're talking days in the ancient times though, man, my man. Like talking about like eyewitness accounts. You know, there's lots of eyewitness accounts of things that you probably wouldn't like believe in other religions. Yeah, I also think we don't have the original transcripts of the biblical text too, right? But yeah, was it 1,000? How long was it? Does anyone know? I'm like genuinely enjoying you guys' conversation. I must say. I'm like genuinely enjoying it. You guys are interesting. Crap. Get to learn. I'm gonna do Jeremy, Sochan. Eyewitness accounts. I don't know how strong the evidence is. Oh gosh. We don't even hear. We pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars. There's the thing is, when it comes to science, there's so many things that you can prove, disprove, right? And try to figure out. When it comes to faith, it kind of stops there. You know, there's you can talk post talk justify things, but it kind of stops there. So it makes it very difficult to argue with, because that's kind of it. That's like kind of the point. You're supposed to have faith, right? Like blind faith. Oh crap. Okay, it worked. I think it worked. Yeah. Yeah, you're supposed to have blind faith. So it makes it a little difficult to argue against. But in my worldview, you know, an entity that created, you know, everything that's beyond our comprehension, human mannerisms. I don't think it would have human-like beliefs. It wouldn't have things like jealousy. It would just be, you know? Wouldn't have subjective morality. It would just be. Why would it care about like certain things, like very specific in the Bible? Like, why would it care about that? So, not to say it doesn't exist. It's just all the human elements that's put into it. It seems like man wrote that. You know? God is our collective consciousness. I've heard that before. Yeah, because it's a lot of like human qualities, like jealousy, wrath, it's all these things. It's just why would it? You know, I would see it kind of like a plant. You know, a tree doesn't have beliefs. It just is. It just happens. So that would be my pushback if it existed. Everything else is a little strange to me. Dang, Larry. He said oxygen, nitrous oxide, hydrogen, methane, and several other gases in our air. You just feel like we just breathe it. Oh, why is it doing that? Oh. Okay, I gotta move. I really gotta move him. Oh. No? Oh. What? Okay. Hey man, you can be whatever you want as long as you think people should be able to believe they want, if it doesn't interfere with the rights and autonomy of others. I think that's a healthy. I feel like I've always had that. I don't know why, but I've always had that belief, regardless of where I was spiritually or not. Like, I've always had that belief, and I feel like as long as people hold that belief, a lot of times you'll end up at a pretty morally sound position on most things. Because if that's your main belief, people deserve dignity, people deserve bodily autonomy, they deserve things like this, basic human rights, you should always be able to come down to the right position. I remember I used to like flinch when I heard people talk about like legalizing like drugs, right? I always thought that makes no sense. Things would be much worse if we did that. But then, you know, when you actually look into it, and since my main belief is people deserve human rights and I want the best outcome for people to take care of themselves and others, data actually shows that it does help. It helps people reach out to get help. Definitely doesn't help anybody by locking them up and then throwing them right back into the same situation they were in prior. So just overall, it just seems like it has better benefits. So I changed my stance on it. And regardless of what I felt or how I felt spiritually, I feel like you can get to that conclusion. And I think even people that are highly religious, they kind of miss, like, they kind of, I guess, that cognitive dissonance, right? They will change certain things and interpret things a different way in whatever religious text that they're connected to fit that basic human or that empathy, you know, that they have for other people. So like, I feel like regardless of where you're at, you can get there. But I do think that there's a few extra steps when you're very religious. Like it's some extra steps for you to get there. Opposed to someone who's just kind of like, I don't know, you know? That makes sense. I'm sure that makes sense. you believe because you were brought up that way. My belief in no way proves that he exists or existed in real life. Well, Larry, based on everything, I mean, the few conversations we've had, like when you come on, I mean, even Spurs, that's the funny thing. Even when we're talking about the Spurs, you can see someone's belief in how they get to certain conclusions about the San Antonio Spurs. And, you can kind of see their thought process. And you seem like somebody that's quite a critical thinker. So I'm not shocked by you saying, like, I believe it, but there's no, definitive proof, but that's my faith, right? That's the faith piece. And I think that's cool. But I do think a little bit of cognitive dissonance start to happen when we start saying, well, this proves it, and this proves it, and this proves it. It's like, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. So do you believe in right or wrong? Or I know it's not directed towards me, but do you believe in right or wrong? Or is that just a construct created by humans? I don't think there is no objective right or wrong. And if things are based on how a entity believes things should or should not be, then that also isn't objective, right? Like they're having a thought, they're having thoughts in a mind. And so it's created from somewhere. But just because this is something created by humans, it doesn't mean that it's wrong, or that means that people believe genuinely that you should just be able to do whatever. Like, I think it's kind of an evolution thing as well. Like over time, we realize basic empathy, helping each other keeps us going, right? So those morals that we have, yeah, they're created, but it also is for the benefit of people, right? There's no benefit for a society if everyone is selfish and everyone just gets it in for, like, it collapses. It doesn't work, and in my opinion, I think that's unhuman. I don't know if that's a word, but it's inhumane, but it's not human to do that. So I think, like, morality, while it is created by humans, I think that it does serve a purpose, and a lot of us can get on page with our moral compass. But morals have changed throughout history, right? Certain things that you would get in trouble for before no longer exist. I mean, they used to just torture you for things, but realize, yes, that's definitely immoral, but at the same time, it also served no benefit for a society. Revolutions happened when you had unjust rulings, when you have a religious nationalist country, bad things happen, genocides happen, because there's no flexibility in your beliefs. You're not free to be the person that you are in those type of societies. So I wouldn't say that those morals are better. I wouldn't say that. So while morals are created and as a constructs doesn't necessarily mean bad, but morals in general, regardless of what worldview you have, are subjective. It just depends on who are they coming from, Since you believe truth is subjective, can you just physically take advantage of someone because you believe it to be true, or that? To you, as a sincere question, can you just take advantage of someone? People do have different morals, but can you do something? I mean, people do whatever. I mean, can you or can you not do something? I mean, people do things all the time. Should you be able to and like get away with it? No. You know, but people do that all the time. And also in the Bible, there's orders to like take advantage of people. Like women put in marriages that they had nothing to do with, you know. I think there's a passage on like you can beat slaves but don't kill your slaves. Like there's a lot of stuff where it's like today we would say that's morally not okay. But is that objective morality? And if so, that's not good. That means we can never get off of that, right? Like you have to always live that way. So let's say simply you can physically hurt someone because you believe that's right. Physically hurt someone because you believe that's right. Can you do that because you believe that's right? You can't. You can do it, and you can also believe that that's right. Like someone has done that. It happens all the time, and they also believe that it's right. But we should make laws based on what has the more positive outcome for humans as a whole. And it turns out hurting other people unpromptly actually is bad for a society. So you can create morality around like that's not okay. Shouldn't do that. I don't even know what morality. I know there's like different frameworks and names for stuff like that. I don't even know what that would be called. I forget what that's called actually. But like people can do bad things. But what happens is that objective laws are in place because there is an objectivity on morality of right and wrong. But what about all the bad things? Like what about all the bad things that are said to have been calls from God to do? Like slavery, you know? It doesn't once say that slavery isn't right. So is that an objective morality that slavery is actually okay? Or, you know, even I think it was like a woman would be stoned if she doesn't, what was it? If she's not a virgin or something like that, like, but that's okay. Like that was put on, at least from what it says, from a higher power said that those are the laws, or that's how you can live. So like, is that like objective morality? That's what, should we live by that? You know, because people do take it that far. You know what I mean? Like I know that you wouldn't. Like, I'm sure you wouldn't. I'm sure you would be like, no, that's not okay, and you have a reason for that. But, like, people take it that far. And a lot of societies have failed because of that. There's been a lot of revolutions because of that. I think, what was it, guys? Was it the French that had a Christian nationalist state? Or am I thinking of someone else? I'm not crazy about history like that. But I do know that there's revolutions based on stuff like that. So, like, yeah, they'll take it that far, you know? How far back you want to take it. So you can't just be like a flat out statement like, oh, everything is, and also it's not objective because the entity, the creator, has a mind, right, and thinks through things. And if that's the case, then it is subjective. If I had a household and I laid out the rules for my household for all my kids, you can't say that's the objective rule. That's a subjective rule. I created it. You don't just find morals in nature, you know? It's not like we can just stumble across morals in nature. Gosh, I think 2 hours long. I might have to watch that. Oop, that's me. But it never said that that wasn't okay. You know, this lives through time, so shouldn't it say that that's not okay? Okay, let me... And people still use it. There we go. There you go. You never have to comment again, my friend. I completely... Like, I don't know why I can't control it from over here. Larry, are you a... Larry, are you a mod? I'm gonna add you as a mod. You're here a lot. I'm gonna make you a mod. Then how's that objective, you know? If it's just dependent on your circumstance. That sounds subjective to me. That it can just like freely change. Unless you're saying it was always wrong, then it's like, where does it say that it's like wrong? Because you would think that that would be in there that don't do that. But because of the time period, you're saying, well, I think I fixed it. Did I fix it? Oh wait, maybe I didn't. I might have fixed it. Much better? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think what it was I had a VPN on, and I think once I turned the VPN off, it fixed it a little bit. You'll be fine at first, but then it goes. Maybe the VPN being off helped it. Yeah, I think it legitimately was the VPN that I had on. Sorry. You guys should definitely, Davin, you should definitely jump on, what's that guy's called? Deconstruction Zone? I think it's a channel, Deconstruction Zone. I watched some of his stuff. It's pretty good. Those debates are pretty good. You should, like, legitimately just be on there and be respectful, and he'll be cool. I used to see clips of him, and I'm like, dang, this guy's a jerk. But when I actually watch more of the videos, he's actually cool. It's a certain attitude. He just kind of returned the energy. So if you go on there and you're respectful and cool, like, it might be a good combo. I don't know if you'd be down to talk to somebody that, because he's like very well read and went to school for it and everything. But it might be a good debate. I would pay to watch that. What the heck? Here we go. Here we go now. Oh, Justin. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Deconstruction Zone Justin. Yeah, that dude is actually really good. I was blown away by how good he is. Got it bouncing a little bit. Definitely would love to continue the convo with you. This on the side. Anyone, to be honest. Honestly, love talking about this with anyone. No, Davin, like legit. I think you're pretty cool. Like I said, it doesn't. I feel like you got to go to a few extra steps to get here. But if your basic belief is that people deserve human rights and they deserve autonomy to make decisions which they want to make decisions, and you don't want the government to make laws based on, just religious beliefs and more based on just, how it benefits people as a whole, data-wise, I think you're cool. I just don't like the people that like start pushing it, because it becomes really gross. I'm pushing it as in like policy. This is how everything should be. I think there should be a lot of flexibility in things like this. Yeah, no, I hear you. That's what I'm saying. You should get on Deconstruction Zone. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It was it 20 years? I thought it was longer than that. But yeah, he does have 2 degrees in religious academia. A very smart dude. And he's also like constantly bringing people on that really know what they're talking about like different scientific facts and stuff like that. Like he's really good. I was actually blown away. But when I actually paid attention, because like I said, a lot of times I just see clips and I'm like, man, this dude's mean. But no, he's actually pretty great. It's kind of like similar to how it was back in the day with Vosh. Like, I remember I never started off with the clips with Vosh when he used to do his debates, because I found one of his videos and I watched the whole thing. It was like 2 hours arguing with like a Nazi or something. And I was like, dang, this was really good. And he got mean at the end. And then I started realizing people take his clips and really just show the mean part. And I'm like, he's actually not like that when you watch his stuff. He's not as big of a jerk as they make him out. People make him out to be. And I felt like that was the thing with Justin. Except for it wasn't people posting his clips. It's him posting his clips. Which I guess he makes himself out to be like a mean person. But I'll check him out. More likely to observe. Would definitely say check out Cross-Examine too. Did he debate this person? They're pretty good with respect to the dates and talk about so many topics. Or maybe it's someone else I'm thinking about. Yeah, check him out. He's really good. And a lot of the stuff that you said, obviously I'm not a religious academia or anything, but academic. But a lot of things that you said, he's addressed in vivid detail too. So yeah, if you just watch one of his videos, like, he goes live all the time. They're like 4 hours long, or you can just watch his shorter ones. It's like 18-20 minutes that he clips from it. You might really like it. But it's Deconstruction Zone, or you can go, I think his other channel is DZ Debates, and that's the one that just has strictly debates all over it. But you might like it. Love talking with anyone who's open-minded. Of course, man. Thank you. Yeah, I know it's just the chat, but I can get a vibe from people, and you didn't come across as like a jerk or anything. It's just your faith. And that's okay. What the heck was this? Ragnar. Devin, the open-minded guy who won't answer. He answered. He gave answers. It's not like he didn't give answers. He gave answers. Do I believe they were sufficient? Probably not. But I didn't think that he ran, and it's just a chat as well, but I don't think he ran from anything, you know? So I stick up for Davin in that regard. I don't think he ran for anything. And, you know, a lot of times, I mean, we don't, you know, I don't know you personally. I don't know either one of you personally, but, you know, a lot of times, sometimes people are religious, but they are open-minded in other ways, or sometimes, like, because of what they believe, they will construe and change things around with the text, you know. So I don't know. Oh, he refused to answer you. Oh, okay. I'm not sure what exactly you were. I thought that oh yeah, he was talking with John a lot on it, I think. Clan, check out Allegedly Ian. He's a friend of DZ's and live stream debates as well. He argues more from logic and philosophy as opposed to oh, really? Allegedly Ian, you said. Okay. I'll look him up right now. Allegedly Ian. I love debates, man. I never once seen this guy. All right. Not only have I never seen this guy, I don't know if I've... Whoa! He has a video 7 days ago of a live stream for 5 hours that has 123,000 views? What the actual heck, man? What? That is insane. He must be very popular. I don't think I've seen him on on his channel. Wow. Ragnar. I don't think he ran. See, he answered so many questions. I don't think that he ran. I'm not going to put that on David. I don't think he ran. I don't think he ran. He had his explanation for a lot of things. And while I, you know, don't think it's sufficient, it's not running. I don't know if I should put, yeah, screw it. We'll do it. What's that? DZ, Ian, and PhD. I guess called Dr. Blitz. Call-in show every Sunday morning, afternoon. Oh, unapologetic. Wait a minute. Unapologetic. Oh. Oh, no, I haven't. Okay, I know what it is. I've heard them bring it up. I think that's what it is. Dr. Blitz. I've heard them bring it up. I've heard Ian bring it up, but I've never seen it. Oh, there's a lot of it. Bro, did you legit just give me like hours upon hours upon hours of content? Thank you so much. Because I will definitely play this in the background of me playing like Marvel Rivals. I love that so much. Thank you. Do you have any other Do you have any other? Because I'm gonna assume that you're a leftist. Okay, I mean I can make that assumption. Well, so brave of me to assume that. But you being left-leaning person, do you have any people that you would recommend that are left-leaning people that do debates? Because I feel like that's a little lost now. Like I watched Jovan, he's pretty good. Actually, I think that's about it. I can't stand Dean Withers, bro. I can't stand that kid. Something about him, man. Something's not right about him. Like he comes across as performative, or if something were to go against his bottom line, I feel like he would change all his beliefs. It's just something about that dude. I don't know what it is. Very performative, I think. But yeah, any you would recommend that are like genuinely entertaining? Dean is definitely performative. I recommend Jimmy Snow. Jimmy Snow, he's okay. Jimmy Snow is he debates a religion a lot. I don't know. I think he does important things, but how he come across often annoys me. Yeah, I don't know. He often annoys me. But maybe I haven't seen enough of his stuff. I used to watch him a lot, like during undergrad, but I kind of stopped. Because I guess it's just a feeling he gives me when I watch. I don't think he's a horrible person or anything, but he used to always irk me. Dean Withers is annoying as heck, though. That dude is. I think he's a bad person. There's something about him, bro. I think he's like genuinely a bad person. He's definitely like more just liberal, you know, not really a leftist or anything like that, which is okay. I guess. No, and it's not okay. So, I guess nobody then. Because there's just not that many people in the space of debate, you know? Dean is kind of a grifter, and so is Parker. Who's Parker? I don't even know who Parker is. Maybe if I saw his face. You can just tell with some people, and Dean Withers is someone you can definitely tell is in it for the money. Something just ain't right. He doesn't stand on things, you know? Tony Parker. Maybe Adam Mockler. I know of Adam Mockler. Okay. I never actually watched his stuff. But okay. He does like debates and stuff like that. I've seen his name come up before. Let's see if I say Adam Mockler debate. Okay, he was on. Oh, okay, I was watching a lot of his stuff when this past election was going down. No, he doesn't do a lot of debates. And then there's Destiny. I don't know what you would consider Destiny. Destiny's pretty rough, man. Something's off about Destiny. He ain't off. He ain't right. He's strange. He's strange. He's one of those people that's like often right, but if he doesn't like you, he will adjust his stance on it. But a lot of things he say, he is right. Hassan Piker is somebody who's often right, but then when he talks about, like, a lot of times when he talks about foreign policy, he has kind of like weird views sometimes. But Hassan Piker's cool. I think he's funny. He's a horrible debater though, so he doesn't fit the mold of what I will be looking for. He's a horrible debater. I've seen him do debates. He's pretty bad. Prime example of someone who has the information, but he's too streamer brain, bro. He can't deliver it in a cohesive way to go against and protect an argument. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Oh, you mean he says some messed up things? Oh, who, Destiny? Yeah, he has no filter. Destiny is very much so like old internet. No filter. Says whatever. Yeah. Destiny wild sometimes, man. How about the I had it ladies? What does that mean? Dean is the guy who cried on live for Kirk, right? Dean Withers? Yeah, that's the guy. Clan, are you a theist, if you don't mind me asking? I think I'm more just kind of could not. I don't really care. But no, I wouldn't call myself that. I don't think I care enough. You guys don't think the music is too loud, do you? Like, is the music okay? Check out Planet Peterson if you haven't already. Oh, I like Planet Peterson. He's funny, bro. Planet Peterson is funny. I don't think he's like the best debater in the world or anything like that, but he is funny. When I want something lighter, I do Planet Peterson. When I want like deeper conversations, I've done DZ debates. I guess also if I want something lighter with some good arguments, I do Jovan Bradley. Yeah, I like Planet Peterson a lot. He's so funny. Clan is indifferent on many things except for his genuine disdain for Keldon Johnson, big body Olympic gold medalist towel waver. Yeah, I'm very indifferent. I feel like there's no evidence for it. It could be, but I just don't care. What I care about is when religious teachings is used to push negative outcomes in policy or whatever, or pushed in policy. I think that that's very harmful for everybody, because historically it's been that, you know. Who was it? That's a solid take. Yeah. I genuinely hate how it's used, but I wouldn't call myself like a religious person. What did that say? It went away. Oh yeah, Trump is 50% done implementation. Yeah. Yeah. It's a dangerous thing when you can kind of push people to not think critically and weaponize it, you know, in the way in which they've done it. Because if people were well informed on things, they wouldn't support things that will directly affect them in a negative way. Most people aren't going to do that. Check out Dr. Blitz if you haven't already. A science communicator who live stream debates a few times a week. The great thing about these debates is like, okay, yeah, I'll get to Dr. Blitz. Let's see. Maybe I like him as much as some of the other guys. I'll go ahead and subscribe because I trust you. And then what's this? Flirts versus oh, flat earthers. Creators versus science. Okay, I'll save it. What I find very interesting is like people who have PhDs and genuinely know who they're talking about or what they're talking about will have people call in that actually question it and go against them. So you know it's going to be a good guess because you have to have a certain level of arrogance, maybe even ignorant arrogance, to think that you're going to go on a live stream with someone who's well studied in a subject and you're going to beat them. Like you have to have a whole nother level of Dunning-Kruger going on for you to do that. So it's oftentimes just very entertaining because the type of people that get on there. Like I wouldn't do that. Even if I disagree with something, if someone is like genuinely a professional in a specific thing, I definitely need to like prepare. Not just assume like because my arguments that worked against, you know, Uncle Steve, because it worked on Uncle Steve, that it's going to work on this person with a literal PhD. Yeah, Dunning-Kruger. Yeah, crazy Dunning-Kruger to think that you can just jump on there and be like, oh, well, I know more than this person. I literally saw one debate where this kid, 18 years old, literally, bro, like, it was insane. He jumped on there and he just kept making excuses for things. He didn't know what he was talking about. He started to say that the other person didn't know the context and they didn't know what they were talking about. It was crazy. I was like, dude, you know literally nothing, but you think you know something. I feel like arrogant ignorance is probably the worst thing you can have as a human, if you really think about it. Because if you're very smart and you're arrogant, it's not that bad. If you're humble and you're ignorant, it's not that bad. But if you're arrogant and ignorant, you're like literally one of the worst people to deal with. Because I can be ignorant about something, but I'll try to be humble about it. Like, I genuinely don't know about this, right? And I might be arrogant on something, but it's because I genuinely know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, ignorant arrogance is a whole nother level. Narcissists, yeah, a lot of narcissists have that too. Just found out about Nick Fuentes guy. How is he not canceled? And is he satire, an actual political guy with the cult? No, he's not satire. He genuinely believes what he believes. He gets away with a lot of things because he plays it off for laughs or plays it off like it's a joke, right? But Yeah, a lot of the manifestos and shootings have him as someone who inspired them. You should really look into those. He constantly comes up on these lists, but no, he is actually human garbage. That means what he says, but he plays it up for laughs. That guy is something, bro. That guy is something for sure. I'm actually shocked you just found out about him. Do you live in America, Em? I don't remember. Are you from America? If you are Wemby arrogant, it's not that bad. Wemby has a level of humbleness that I found after some time of like constantly watching him. Like he has quite a bit of humbleness to him. And yeah, the things he's arrogant about, he genuinely do know about, you know. And he's competent in it, so it's okay. Confidence and arrogance are different. Yeah, for sure. I'm saying arrogance, you can be arrogant about something and be competent in it. Like, you can be arrogant about it. And that's digestible to an extent. Like, you mentioned, John mentioned Johnny Snow earlier. Like, I feel like that guy comes across as pretty arrogant. But he does know what he's talking about, right? So you can take something from it. You're not just rolling your eyes the whole time. But he does come across as arrogant. Wow, and yeah, I just stay away from all that. Oh, okay, so you are in America, but yeah, unfortunately, bro, like, I want to just say, yeah, man, just don't pay attention to it, but you know, when you really start looking around, you realize how much people like that is affecting some of the negative things that we're seeing, you know? Like, he has a huge impact on a lot of things. But yeah, he is the way he is. I've known about him for years. Very dangerous person. But yeah, a lot of manifestos have him as someone who they are inspired by. Oh yeah, that was a weird comment from that FBI head of FBI. That description suits Johnny Snow. Yeah. Oh, Jimmy Snow. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you agree with me? Yeah. He's very arrogant, but he's competent. Clan, you still lie? I thought you were gonna miss. Oh, you literally about to miss it because I'm about to jump off. Have you seen Limitless by Bradley Cooper? Yeah, I've seen that. It's a lot. That's a old. Well, it's not old, but it's been a while since I've seen that. I remember liking it, but then again, you know, my taste then is just so different than it is now, so I wonder if I would still like it. I remember wanting a pill like that, though. This is nice, man. So with us talking and everything, I was able to upload all the videos, so I can do some other things this weekend, not have to worry about my videos. So appreciate you guys keeping me entertained. Limitless versus Lucy. From my recollection, Limitless is better than Lucy, from what I remember. By the way, Larry, you mentioned Tupac. Have you heard this? I can't play it, but have you heard Smack You? The Eminem diss track that was released 9 months ago. I can't believe it's been 9 months. How is it 9 months? How is it 9 months ago? Huh. Can't believe it's been that long. Yeah, dude, you should listen to it. Don't Front by M. I've heard every song by Eminem. Are you kidding me? Of course, I've heard every song by Eminem. What should I listen for? Oh, he's dissing Ja Rule and Suge Knight. But as you remember, Ja Rule was someone who tried to copy Tupac, and Ja Rule was also someone who tried to copy DMX sound. Like that's what he was copying, and making that love or Thugs Need Love 2 music and all that BS. And Eminem basically imitates, to make fun of Ja, but imitates Tupac and also shows respect to Tupac, with this, famous, "This is the realest I ever wrote." He does that in the chorus, and he just absolutely demolishes Ja Rule. And if this would have been released back then, this would have been the most dangerous diss track ever created. Because people did not go at Suge Knight like that. Got you. Wow, that bad? People didn't go at Suge Knight. Think about it. Like, who went at Suge Knight? Especially around that time. This isn't that long after the Tupac murder. Like, Tupac got murdered, like, in 96? And this probably was written, like, what, 2001, maybe? When was he having beef with Ja Rule? When did he sign 50? 2001, 2002? This is, like, the height of Eminem, though. So, yeah, this would have been really dangerous back then. People don't diss Suge Knight like that. So the fact that he went at him and Ja Rule and saying you're responsible for Tupac's murder, like, it's crazy. But the last verse, or the second verse, which is the last verse, is really good. The way that he just flows with it is so good, bro. About to turn 23, so yeah, I guess it's time to try and at least know a little bit about politics now that reason I didn't want to be because of the hopelessness with the system and people in charge. Yeah, I know, man. I just finished The Wire. That sparked my interest. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I won't pretend like I'm the, smartest person in the world when it comes to stuff, but I do keep up. I've kept up for a while. I used to be a Democrat, a liberal Democrat, but after further exploration and challenging my views, yeah, and looking at the evidence. Oop, what was that? You guys couldn't hear that anyways. Looking for the evidence, or looking at the evidence for things like data, it really pushed me towards just being a leftist, man. Like I'm far left now. So probably happened with you too. You stay curious enough. And you're kind of out of that age of where they can just like kind of swoop you in. I think when you're like 18, you really are insecure about certain things, and certain media outlets really swoop you in with, how to be a man or how to get the girl or like that kind of stuff. And it's basically just, it's a mask. It's a mask for a lot of right-wing stuff as well. I don't know if that made any sense. They put a lot of money in their media. That's all I'm saying. I'm still pissed never stepped foot on a modern battle rap stage. That would be crazy. All right, y'all. I appreciate the love. That was like a whole hour of just philosophical, religious debate, which is cool. Most of the time, we're going to debate things that's light, like music and movies. But I do respect everyone for being pretty, or appreciate everyone for being respectful and cool. Everyone was really nice, so that's good. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off. I only vote local politics now. Last ballot cast on a national stage was for Obama 2012 because, well, you made a case there. Hey, if our girl AOC run, bro, you better in that national stage, my brother. You better get back on that national stage, my brother. If it was Bernie, you would have got on that national stage. He was fighting there in the civil rights movement. It's the dopest. Hold on. I'm gonna show you the dopest. I put this on a shirt because it was so cool. Look at this. Civil rights protests, 1963. Look how dope this image is. That's Bernie. This is like a rap cover album, bro. I had to put it on a shirt because it looks so cool. Okay, all right. I can get down with him. Okay. All right. Heck yeah. Yeah, this is just a cool image. I don't know. It's dope. I hope I'm around that long. 1963 is crazy. That's before my parents were born. NWA and a white boy. This is a dope image. I mean, there's also this image. You know, everyone knows this one though, so I didn't want this one. Everyone knows about that one. Yeah, everyone knows that one. This one's cold too. I'm not gonna lie. This one's cold-blooded. This was a cool image. I'm sorry. That's a cool image. And this guy's just like really selling it, bro. This guy's really selling it. This is dope. I don't know. We don't get cool images like that anymore. Now that we just got videotapes. We don't get like cool images. Very dope. It is cool. F the police. It's cool. But I think he was fighting for against segregation. In this in particular. Yeah, he always been down for the cause, my mans. Oh, he might ban the images like he did with the museums. Yeah, these are dope, man. But yeah, I had to do this one because no one knows this one. Anytime I wear this, no one knows what it is. Like I had a couple people say they look cool, but they have no idea what it is. Just a cool image. I also got one with Eminem. It's also black and white. I put that on a hoodie. Or no, I put it on a sweater. Alright, hopping off. Good night. Everyone have a good night. Bye. Alright. Monday, y'all, Monday and Wednesday. Hey, you remember? Yeah, I'll see you Monday and Wednesday.